Yeah.
Oh, that does look really good. I really like the ones that you normally use though, with
The
Pink
blue,
one.
the blue and
it's like
pink.
blue and
Yeah.
pink. That's what I was gonna say. Keep it like this, but I like
This
that.
is this is like a dark purple right now.
All right, so welcome back to Earn and Rep. This is episode 6. No guest on this episode, just the pals. Um, and yeah, so we got a couple things. This podcast is mainly gonna be for Cyberpunk fans because that game recently came out, and also music. Let me finish this lifesaver so it doesn't get annoying. All right, so basically, I guess I'll take the reins on Cyberpunk because I was the only one that at least bought it. But so basically, okay, quick rundown, okay, because there's 3 lifelines, and this literally could take an hour of itself. Like if I really try to break it down as best as I can, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna speak on what I've experienced, and so basically, there's 3 lifelines: Nomad, Street Kid, and Corpo. Okay. Corpo is what I chose. It's basically kind of how it sounds. Like a nomad's like a clan of like family. Street Kid is like that like ghetto life of coming up out the gutters. You know what I mean? Like being raised by like drug dealers and everything. And Corpo is like the rich side, the government basically of this game. Um, and it really intrigued me, like the way they broke it down of like there's only winners and losers, and you have to be on one of those sides, and you're like part of the government basically. You know what I mean? Like really interesting to me. So that's the one I picked, and I don't know because this is my first run, like how much it actually changes. Like by whoever you pick and whatnot. I think it is a lot because most of my storyline has been evolving around the government basically. And so Arasaka, okay, Arasaka is basically the government, okay? Like that's the easiest way I can explain it. And Arasaka is who this like storyline is surrounding around and who you're trying to like take out of power basically. It's like trying to take over the government basically. They created this thing called a relic, okay? And so the biggest mission in the game so far was kind of at the beginning. It was like probably 10% through the storyline. Um, uh, Basically, it was a huge heist. Okay, to go into like the big main tower of Arasaka, and steal this relic. Okay, it has to be refrigerated. It has to be like in perfect temperatures and everything to like even stay like a normal relic. It's a prototype basically, Seth, that you of a chip that you put in your head, right? To literally become immortal. That's basically like what this relic is, and the only people that could even get their hands on these relics are the Arasaka family. Okay, so like only the government is able to the top of the government, like the top echelon, like you're talking about the father of the president and like his like brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Like they're the only people in the whole planet that can actually touch this relic.
So how our government is now. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's I'm not gonna say things in real life aren't like can make you immortal yet, but I mean it's type shit. Like it's just it's a power grab basically. um Oh, there's gonna be spoilers. You guys don't mind spoilers, right? Because there's multiple different endings and stuff, and it would make it a lot more easier for me and Adrian to really even explain anything. So you don't.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
really care.
yeah. Spoilers ahead. Just know that. What's up, Jeffy? How you doing? All right. So basically, from my lifeline, from my lifeline of Corpo, after I got this relic and the decisions that I chose to make, I lost in that main mission. I lost my best friend. I lost my main person in like combat. You know what I mean? Which was also him too. But like there was this other girl named T Bug, and she literally was like the person that was giving you surveillance and everything. So we lost 2 of our main people, literally off rip. After we successfully got out with the relic, it was a very sketchy mission, And it's just crazy because since it's my first time running through it, I don't know if it's meant to be like this, like, because I lost everybody and I did make some decisions that I probably shouldn't have. So like, it was kind of weird. Oh man, it was emotional decisions because I'm playing as me in this role-playing game. So like, I'm kind of like, I'm an emotional person anyway. So it's like, if somebody looks at me bad, I'm gonna fucking kill them. Simple. You know what I mean? And so Agent got that firsthand yesterday too. So basically after we got out with this relic, we had to put it in our head because the fridge, if you will, that was in it, that was refrigerated at a certain temp, kind of got damaged through us escaping. And so we had to put it in our head or else it was just gonna keep losing its like it was gonna not become like usable anymore because it has to stay at like certain conditions, you know what I mean? So we put it through in our head. Very risky, but it was the only thing we could really do other than letting it get destroyed and basically wasting the whole mission, you know what I mean? And I believe that wasn't a decision. I had to do it because I was already sketched out. So yeah, we lost our people, the relics in our head, right? We go to this person named Dax. Okay, this is all free-handed, by the way. I don't have anything in front of me. I'm just going off of my knowledge of like what happened because it's been within like the first week, so it's still kind of fresh. But yeah, so I go back to this dude named Dak, and he's the person that basically gave us the blueprints of the tower and everything. Like, he's the person that, you know, hired us to do this mission. You know what I mean? And so we go there. I'm pissed because I just got out of the car where my buddy, my best friend, my brother just bled out. You know what I mean? I know everybody I know died because of this relic. I hope it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I walk in, I'm pissed and stuff. And so, long story short, he gets to the point that him and his bodyguard are aiming guns at me, and they're like, "Listen, we can't risk this. Like, you literally like didn't do it as smooth as you could have. Arasaka is going to find you. They're ninjas, they're bodyguards and everything. They're going to find you. It's the top echelon of the government, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to find you and kill you for stealing this. Basically, like, nobody in the world can buy it, so it's irreplaceable, you know what I mean? They're going to find you and kill you and like get it back. So they wanted to kill me to do it. And actually, that part could have maybe been changed because I had a decision to either tell them that I have the relic or tell them that I don't have the relic. And I told them that I don't have it because I didn't trust Dak from the beginning. So I lied to him and I said that I didn't have the relic and all of this bad stuff happened with my brothers dying and everything. And point being, he ends up shooting me in the head. Okay, I'm completely dead, right? Like, I literally died. The person died. And it like came back to an interlude as Keanu Reeves, right? His name in the game is Johnny Silverman. He is a super terrorist from like 50 some years ago. And so like I literally just changed bodies and I'm playing from the past. You know what I mean? Kind of like a backstory in a way because it's an interlude. And point being, it shows him like blowing up the whole city. Shit's crazy. They do all of this because the relic is a immortal thing, but it doesn't make like you immortal. It's very hard to explain, but it makes the person that in mind, for instance, this person was Johnny Silverman, it makes them immortal. He died in theory 50 something years ago, but they put his being, his just him, like himself, his spirit and everything in this relic. Okay, so when I died, this relic that's in my head of immortality started rewriting the neurons in my brain. And so I came back alive only because I had this relic. You know what I mean? After I finished this interlude, I woke up in a dumpster in a landfill. You know what I mean? And I had to like find my way out and everything. And it was crazy because the timing worked out that Dax actually was still there. And he was basically gonna kill me again. He was like, how the fuck did this person stay alive? I just shot you in the head like 2 hours ago. You know what I mean? And basically, this person named Takumura, okay, my homie, Adrian knows what I'm talking about, my homie, right? He basically saves my life. He kills Dak, and he's basically I don't think off rip though that he even wanted to save me. He kidnapped me basically and was bringing me back to Arasaka because he knew that I killed the leader, which didn't happen. This is another, thing that I don't have to go deep into, but the president per se, the main head of this government of Arasaka, killed his father because he wanted to take all of the power, and they lied, like he lied and said he got poisoned or whatnot. Didn't happen. He killed his father, and we saw it. And so this person ended up believing us. Whole ordeal happens, right? I say all this to say this game's super deep. Okay. I don't even really know how much more I even really want to go into it because it's just so it's so cool. Like, it's so cool. Even really why I'm going so in depth into this for especially you, Seth, is to really show, like, in my opinion, I think that this game is going to change single player games. This thing is so decision making, like, it's so decision based. It's the definition of a role playing game, and maybe it's because of the lack of experience I have with role playing games, but it literally opened me up to a different genre. Basically, I've always liked role playing, but I never really dived super deep into them. But it's like the decision making factor literally is so crazy because literally any mission you can change just everything. You could change relationships with people. You can literally just pick how you want to go through this game, and it's so cool. There's so much more stuff that's even happened. I'll briefly touch up on what Adrian saw, and I want to get his opinion on the probably 3-4 hours that you even watched it, because you were over my house watching the Dallas game.
It was good.
Yeah, you were over for a little while, and we really only played 2 missions. This is what I was even saying before he even witnessed it. These missions are long. They're really long. They're drawn out, which some people could probably say is a negative, but it's a single player game and it's all dialogue based, so it has to be slow. You know what I mean? You're really tied into these characters and everything. And
Right.
He got to saw that there's multiple different things of dialogue that you get to pick from. You know what I mean? You could spend a half an hour just talking to one person in a campaign mission, like a single mission. So it's it's crazy.
Are you able to game share that?
Game share what?
Cyberpunk. Are you able to game share from Steam?
Yes.
Oh, can you game
Yes.
share with me? Oh my god.
Yes, we'll talk about that after the stream, but I'm actually pretty sure because the issue with game sharing on Steam is multiplayer based. Only one person can play the game at a time. But after I finish the game and stuff, I am still gonna play it. I'm gonna have over 200-300 hours on this game. I already know, but yeah, 100%. The only thing with game sharing is that 2 people can't play the same game at the same time. But yeah, I could definitely do that for you. It's such a good game. And if you're a person that likes single player games, I give it a 10 out of 10 for you. It in the sense of console, I've already seen news and stuff. I want to get to that after because this is going away from the original thing I was saying with Adrian. But yeah, what did you think, Adrian, from what you got to see? Because you didn't get to see Takamura. The mission you got to watch was really crazy. Actually, you were in a really cool part of the game.
So I'm gonna
see
go
how
ahead
much
and
you
touch
remember
on
it.
the fact. I'm gonna go ahead and touch on the fact with how you just said, with you giving it a 10 out of 10. I personally, if anybody that's watching this goes back to, I think it was last episode when we talked about it and brought it up.
Yeah.
I didn't speak too highly of it. I didn't know how it would play. Because myself, I like multiplayer games. I like playing with my friends. That's my gaming experience that I enjoy. So I'm not really that big on single player games. But I'm going to go ahead and retract my statement of not giving it a high rating. And I'm going to say this is probably well deserving of game of the decade.
Wow. Wow, I really didn't expect that.
Is it so I said last episode it was the RPG game of the year, is that?
Oh, it's so true.
I think it goes to be game of the decade. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I could believe it.
The only reason I say that is because of how in depth it is and how they really give you a lot of fucking control in this game, to the point where you literally control the game with everything you do. Everything you say or you choose to say matters to some extent.
Yeah.
And what you do literally affects your entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're like there's a fork in the road and you're picking two decisions, it's literally two different. It forks off into
Yep.
two different.
I would
different
pause it. I would pause it and I would look at
games.
Adrian and we would like literally talk before I even make the decision and be like, should I kill this person or like what should I do? Like what would you do in real life? You know what I mean? And it will change
Right.
how this game plays out because this is like a very important person in the storyline. Especially like with what you saw after everything happened with Silverman and the net frame, you know, that whole networking thing and
Are you talking about when the chick had you get in the ice bath and
yeah,
you had
after
the
like
wall
after
shit?
that, yeah, when I got out of the ice bath and stuff, like that decision literally changes the end of the game. I'm very confident. I haven't finished yet, so I don't know, but those people would have been multiple missions like after the fact if I didn't kill him. Spoiler, I did. I mopped the fuck out of them because I didn't like them. I didn't like the way that they treated me. I basically died because of them, like almost died because of them. It's called flatlining because you know you're dead. But yeah, man, I can't say anything more positive of the game, but I am a very unbiased person and I will go into the negatives now. Okay, now the negatives. Okay, for me, I didn't get to witness a lot. Thankfully, I have a very, very good computer. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And I didn't really fall into any bugs that were so game breaking that like I would want a refund or nothing close to that. You know what I mean? Really, my issues that fell into the game is when you're driving. If you turn your camera too quick in the third person, it gets really framey. Excuse me, like off rip, like as soon as you turn it, like you will drop from like for me like 140 frames to like literally like 30 or something for like 1 second, and it kind of like throws you off for a second, you know what I mean? Because I like my shit being super smooth, so a lot of the time I'd be driving in first person because there's no lag. The other issue I had, which was the most annoying bug that I ever had in maybe video game history, swear to God, it was so annoying, and it only happened once, thankfully. There's this thing called a brain dance. I think Adrian got to watch it actually too. You put on like a VR helmet almost, and it sends you into a first person's perspective and a third person's perspective of whoever this the chip is from. Like the person was named Evelyn Parker. And we're like detectives in a way trying to figure out what actually happened. And the only way you could really see it is through this brain dance. The first brain dance in the game, right, I was like 3-4 hours into the storyline. They put this brain dance, they're breaking it all down of how you can record like audio. You can do so many things in this brain dance, put things in slow motion and find things like a detective would in 2077. Super deep. But when I exited it, it brought me back to the real world. Try to imagine this too. I'm in the basement of a like bar, basically, laying in a chair doing this brain dance, and it brings me back to the real world. And I'm above like the entrance of the bar, third person like perspective of my car that I parked previously before I walked into the bar. And everything is going normally. Like they're talking in dialogue. I have to pick things to talk about, but I can't see shit. The only thing I can see is my fucking car and the entrance to this bar. And I was like, okay, maybe this is just a weird bug, but it got to the point that I finished the dialogue and I was done with the mission and I was ready to leave. Like I was walking out of the bar and all that, but I can't see any of this stuff. I'm like, my camera's like locked in the sky, basically looking at my car, and I can hear my person moving. I can hear stuff that's going on. It was a visual bug, basically. I had to load the game back in, and I loaded it in. Had the same issue. I was nervous. I thought I would have to restart. I was super pissed, dude, and that was the worst bug that I experienced. Now I've heard a lot of backlash for PS4 users, right? If you buy this game on PS4, don't. Like they're literally giving people refunds because of how bad the performance is. Okay, Adrian got to see how good this game really looks on a computer, right? In my opinion, it looks like how people used to mod GTA 5 to make it like really like 4K-esque and like really nice. It's just my opinion, but I think it's like one of the better looking games of like open world and stuff. But on PS4, obviously they can't do that. There's not enough performance in a PS4 to do it, and they put way too much stuff into this like shitty console, if you will. You know what I mean, for that type of game. And yeah, people on consoles are having a rough time. At least like Xbox One and PS4. It is very unfortunate. Like I'm talking like 10 frames like type stuff. So yeah, there is some negatives, but if you're on a computer and you like role-playing games, I personally don't think that there is anything better. Like, swear to God, I like, you can do way too much stuff in this. I remember from watching our episode 5 back, Seth, you mentioned that it's not really an open world because it's quest-based and storyline-based and stuff. Can't be more wrong, dude. Like, you have it's just like the GTA world. You can do anything. Obviously it is, you know, story and quest based, but just like how the storyline was for GTA, and you could just drive around to get to the mission and stuff, it's just like that. But you have hundreds and hundreds of missions to do. Like, there's unlimited stuff that you can do in this game. We haven't even, and I won't even get into the perk system and the attribute system, but man, oh man, if you want a badass game to play by yourself, like a single player game, role playing, and really enjoy your time, and you have the equipment to actually play on like high settings and stuff, I can't recommend anything better, honestly. Whew, that was a lot of information, but see, it's crazy because we didn't even really go super in depth. I just know, like, I could talk about this game easily for an hour if I really break it down.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, so, and I'm not going to do that, but, you know, RIP all the people that I lost so far in this game. And, you know, it's really, it's so weird because I didn't think I was going to be able to get tied into a game this like much, as in like I used to with like games like Last of Us when I was younger and everything, just because like I'm older now and like I really just like a video game's a video game almost. But it's like watching a movie, dude. Like, these cinematics and everything are just fantastic. Welcome everybody in the chat. Jake, Stivs, Jeffy, how you guys doing? We're about to change topics, and I don't know what the title is on here, but it doesn't really matter for Twitch. I'm pretty sure it's episode 6 of Earn and Rep, so you tripping. But
hey, real quick, before we switch topics, I do want to say that me and Braden, whenever I was over there watching him play, dude, it was so funny just watching him play this game, and like there's a lot of shit that goes down, and like I will say that like they made a great game, and they did not give one singular fuck about anything. Like, I'm talking like, so like whenever he first started playing it, he just loaded it up. He started streaming, and I went and I hopped in the stream. I was watching him play for a little bit, and he was trying to figure out how to change his outfit and shit. And I'm I'm in the chat. I'm trying to help him to like figure out where to go. So he gets to his closet and he loads it up, bro, and just dick swinging.
Yeah,
his character dick just swinging. Like, he's naked, like, because he didn't put clothes on yet, so he's naked, just dick swinging in the air, bro. It was the funniest thing ever. And then, I don't know if you were in, like, a brain dance, or I don't remember what part it was, which this is going to contain some spoilers, but whenever, because I don't know, can you see Johnny while you're in-game? Or do you have to be in like a
because the chip, the relic is malfunctioning, and I only have like 2 weeks to live. Yes, I'm starting to see him, because what this relic is doing, it's an immortality thing for Johnny Silverman. And since it's fixing all the neurons in my brain, I'm turning into Johnny. So now I am starting to see I'm starting to see him quite a bit, actually. Like, he's almost in all of my storyline. He is in all of my storyline missions in the real game. Yeah. The
reason I even said that is because, just going back on like they don't give a fuck. Like, there was one part of the one mission that Braden was doing, and it was showing you through Johnny's eyes, like leading up to what he did.
Yeah.
And he's performing a concert, and they get done, and he's just looking at the crowd, bro. He takes out a gun, and he just shoots this dude in the head and walks off stage.
Yeah, and people are cheering. People
they're having a great time. Like, they don't give no fucks. He just popped this dude in the face and just walked away.
Yeah,
stuff.
no, it was very crazy. They
And then he
really
went in the back and fucked his girlfriend.
oh
And they
yeah,
show it
yeah.
off. Like, they don't give
the
no
whole
fucks.
the whole intercourse.
No, but I do want to. I have to delete some Modern Warfare because 250 gigabytes is.
But no, I definitely do recommend this game. Like I said, I do think it's going to get Game of the Decade, and it's 2020, so there's still 10 years to go. But I think I hands down.
Yeah, like
this
that
is
that could be a
probably the
stretch
best game.
just because of the single player esque. It does take away from a game just being solely single player. It takes quite a bit because like games that pop off have to be multiplayer.
I don't think
Nowadays,
that matters for this game. I
but
don't.
I agree. I don't think I won't enjoy a multiplayer of this game nearly as much as I would a single player. So I agree with that. I'm just saying in the sense of game of the decade, it probably will be a multiplayer game that gets that award. But
I'm definitely gonna say GTA 6. Whenever they drop that, it's gonna give it a run for his money.
GTA 6, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily 100%. But yeah, I can't really think of too much more that we would really say about this game other than like going into depth of like the storyline and stuff. So we can move on into basically our last thing for this episode. Honestly, we're gonna basically be talking about our favorite albums of our life, basically. So this is just opinionated. You know, like a lot of like all three of us listen to a shit ton of music. Different types of music too. Like a lot of it will probably be hip hop, you know what I mean? Because that is like our generation and everything, and like just whatever in my eyes, right? And I make music and stuff. In my eyes, music is it's like it's hard to explain, but it's like music is just like for like whatever you count it as, you know what I mean? Like if it really affects you, even if it's like a shit song to me or to Adrian or something, it's like if it like helped you get through certain parts of your life and that type of stuff, that's where a lot of my things are coming from and why these albums are my favorite albums, because they got me through specific parts of my life and it affected me and actually changed my life by listening to this music. And I think that's all music's about and why I decided to start making music and everything. So I am gonna give Seth the reins first. So we're gonna just break it down. This is gonna probably last a little while, but yeah, it's gonna be all music based. Let's get into it.
All right, so to start off, growing up with, my household and everybody in my family, we were big like Tupac listeners and things like that. So I would definitely say like I'm not gonna say one album. I'm just gonna say like Tupac's greatest hits.
Cool.
The real storytelling part of it was really what first got me into like rap music and hip hop and and parts of the culture and things like that, and just exploring like things that other people have seen that I'll never be able to experience, or that that they experienced and wanted to share, and views of other people, and I think that's really dope. So I'll just say, yeah, Tupac's greatest hits. That whole collection, they have playlists of that everywhere.
Yeah.
That definitely really
It's a
impacted my life.
blueprint of
starting
hip
out
hop.
hip-hop. Yeah, it was definitely like a foundation. Like everybody says, like, okay, well, Run DMC, like they started hip hop in the '80s. You know what I mean? And then you got NWA. They put themselves on the market, or like not on the market, but like on the totem pole of greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah, he
I'll
got his
start out
name
with
up
that
in history forever, honestly.
for sure.
Yeah, I think that's so crazy too. Like just thinking about like, I don't know, because I don't really want to go into sports, but music's similar. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a legend and that stuff, like people really throw that term out for just people that they like. Oh, like that's a legend. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's not bad per se, but it downplays the people that actually have strive to get to the position of like they are a real legend. Like their name will never disappear from this genre.
Right.
And like Biggie and Tupac are right up there. You know what I mean? It's like that. I wanted to ask you though, because I don't remember per se, because I don't listen to a lot of older music. as much as like a lot of like the new stuff, but I guess that's the wrong way to say it, but kind of like from like 2010 and everything. Wasn't Biggie a more story driven based person compared to Tupac?
Yeah, he was
That was
more
what
of
he was
a
known for, right?
lyricist.
Yeah.
Yeah, his lyricism was really good in transitioning into the next bar, or, to rhyme the last word of the next bar into the previous, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But they both were storytellers. Um, Tupac, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it, that Tupac had more of a following because of his move to Def Jam Records with Suge Knight and everything. Like
Yeah.
that really made him like a bigger artist over Biggie. But Biggie definitely had a huge following and still does. And
Mhm.
his lyricism was better for sure. But they're both great.
Yeah, both fantastic. That's like the goat talk of like of sports and everything is like they're just like like people just pick one of those two, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're talking goats, I would for sure say Eminem. That's the greatest rapper of
Maybe we could talk about
of
that like after albums, because that
yeah,
actually is
yeah.
a valid thing. I don't think it's Tupac or Biggie, but
No, I don't either.
yeah,
Definitely,
we'll definitely do
yeah.
that. But so Tupac's how did you word it? You said his best hits
Tupac's
basically.
his greatest hits playlist. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
with all of his
What about
big
you,
hits.
Adrian?
Um, for the first one, I know
It's
me
not
and you.
really in order. It doesn't have to be in order.
No, 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 no. I know. I know me and you talked about this a little bit before coming on here, the other day, and I know I believe you said something about Hobson, and obviously we both share, all three of us for that matter, share a keen interest with Hobson.
100%.
I'm gonna go ahead and say off of Hobson just because you introduced me to him, and I've been a fan ever since, which was way back in, I don't even know, 2013 maybe, something like that.
Did you get into him after Knock Madness and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I that's when when you started showing me those songs, that's when I kind of started like fucking with them. So yeah, that was 2013. Looking at it,
Yeah, because Knock Madness was 2012, right?
2013.
It was
Yeah,
2013.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Um,
remember you went to the concert too.
yes, we did. But I'm gonna say No Shame. No
Cool.
Shame.
Told you.
I feel like it. I don't know if it got as much hype as it deserved because he's obviously still underground.
Mm.
At least I believe so. I feel like he gets accredited for what he's able to do, but I don't think that. I feel like he's underrated. Is what I'm basically trying to say. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go No Shame. There's a lot of songs that on that album that just, to me, you could just sit down
This
and
is
just
the
vibe
album
to
that had
for
like that
hours.
gospel song on it and stuff, right?
Yeah, Marcus's
Yeah,
Gospel.
yeah.
That was gonna be my next album. That's what I was gonna say next. It's just there's not a song on there that you can skip. Everything kind of hits home with
Cool.
what he's talking
Yeah, no,
about.
it's a
Even
fantastic album.
yeah,
100%. It didn't touch with me as some of his other ones because of, I think it's just time period based. Like a lot of
yeah,
music is because of that. You know what I mean? And it's like whatever you're going through and just like that is what to me affects me the most with choosing like best albums and everything. But yeah, breaking down what you just said with underrated, being like biased about it because of how much I love Hobson. You know, like I was a mad nerd about it too. You remember, Adrian? I had the contacts and I wore them to school.
Yeah, yeah.
They're if people don't know who Hobson is, he's known like what he popped off for too is these he had these white contacts that like took out everything except the pupil. And it just looked like an all white eye with just a little black, and it looked freaky. And I was super into it, and I loved the music. So I was a big stan for him. But so about the underrated thing, if I'm being biased, I would say so. But in my opinion, after all that whole ordeal happened with Funk Volume, and this isn't a negative or anything because he chose to move and slow down making music. But this underrated thing, I don't think he would be underrated if he really cared about making music as much as he used to. He obviously doesn't care to make as much music as he needed to. You know what I mean? And it sucks. But it's true though. I mean, it's hard to deny that Buddy likes being the life of not being super famous, being kind of like you know what I mean? Just like he's just like out. Like he's out. He's very I'm trying to find the word. It's just like he's like off the grid, you know what I mean, if you will. And yeah, when he comes out with an album, I'm sure all three of us are gonna listen to it on the release instantly and everything. And so I mean, in that sense, he's probably not underrated. I think he's one of the best hip hop artists in our generation when it comes to lyricism, and stuff. He's literally like he's a better version of Russ, because not comparing their music, but in the sense of producing, mixing, and mastering. He does every single thing, and he's pretty much the single biggest inspiration that of me even starting to make music, because it blew my mind. I used to print out all of the lyrics off of everything, off of like Knock Madness and stuff, and this is just leaking into where my first one was going to be, was Knock Madness from Hopsin, because all three of us just said one of our top 3 albums of all time is either No Shame or Knock Madness, and it's a Hopsin album at the end of the day. So I'll just bring up mine as Knock Madness because it's fits in this topic. It's like he is so talented, and people that really at least felt the music, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man, it was so good at the time, and right now, like, I can listen to Knock Madness all the way through, like, with like, and I'll know every word of like basically every song. And it's just, I don't know, it's such a timeless album, you know what I mean? In my, like, I don't throw out the word perfect a lot with albums and stuff, but that's definitely, for me, Knock Madness is a perfect album. No Shame's really up there too. You guys definitely liked No Shame more than I did.
Yeah.
I remember even from Off Rip and stuff. Marcus Gospel was probably my favorite on the album. It's hard to judge because Illminds, every single Illmind is a fucking hit. Like people cannot make music as good as Hopsin. And literally look at the track record of Illmind. Like I'm literally almost getting emotional about it, because I take everything I said back. He is so underrated. He's so fucking underrated, bro. Like, those Illminds are literally some of the best music that's in this genre. Swear to God, because it's so real. It's just so real, and he doesn't get any help from anybody, and that is such an underrated talent, man. Like,
and like the lyricism
crazy.
too, oh my God, bro, Illmind 4, you better run like I'm booger flicking. Like, come on, man, who says that? Like, and it just goes so well with the song. But yeah, all the Illminds are definitely raw. Raw was a good album. Nocturnal Rainbows was definitely a banger. Me and Adrian listen to that every time we go on a road trip.
Wasn't that on Gazing at the Moonlight?
What?
Yes.
Nocturnal Rainbows?
Nocturnal Rainbows.
I believe so, yeah.
2009. That's when Gazing at the Moonlight came out. Like Pound Syndrome. I liked Pound Syndrome, I would argue, more than No Shame, but that was because of the time period. The time period of it. But yeah, it's like every single one of these are hits. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like Gazing at the Moonlight, because he makes everything, you know what I mean? It was less quality in the terms of instrumentals and everything. It was a lot more simpler, you know what I mean? It was like how like a better version of like how we were making music, like just in the basement and everything. Like, that's what he literally did for Knock Madness and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, he is a freak. He's a freak, and I really wish he cared more about making music, because he used to make music for people like that were going through depression and all of that type of stuff.
Nocturnal Rainbows was on Raw, by the way, not Gazing at the Moonlight.
My apologies. Yes, Raw is a fantastic album. That's the only one that I have the CD of, because I bought it at the concert, and it's currently still stuck in my mother's CD player in the car because it like broke.
Just speaking while we're talking about Hopsin, because you brought up how we went to the concert together. I haven't been to that many concerts, but I do feel like, and out of all of the concerts that I have been to, probably the best moment I feel like that I've experienced was whenever he did Trampoline.
Oh man, oh yeah.
I'm
It
not
just
gonna lie.
he
Trampoline,
that's
bro.
how music's supposed to be made in the concert form too, you know what I mean? Like, just hop, hop. Like everything is just so energetic, you know what I mean? It brought so like that's what is like that's
The
why
whole
people
crowd's
go
fucking
to so
bouncing.
much concerts, man. Like concerts are literally where it's at when it comes to music cuz I mean, shit, like that's why music's really like a thing too. Like when you really like a song, you want to see it in person, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
like people like shout out Justin, our buddy. He's probably out of everybody I know, like he cares like the most to like go to concerts that are of people that he likes to just to experience it, you know what I mean? He has such a vast thing of music. Like he listens to all types of music just like all of us, but it's just like he's like a lot like more committed to going to every concert that is possible. And I used to be on the complete other end of it, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really think like concerts are really as cool as they actually are. And again, shout out to Justin, you know what I mean? Like I hope he does listen to this because literally 21 Pilots concert was the best concert I've ever been to. Like changed my life. It changed my whole perspective on shit music. It changed my perspective on concerts. Oh man, it was unreal. And it's just because of the like what the concerts bring, you know what I mean? It's everybody that likes the specific person, you know what I mean? Everybody is like it's I don't know, it's such a different vibe. You can't get it from listening to stuff like just in your headphones, you know what I mean? And yeah, wrapping it back to what you said about Trampoline, I agree because it's like it's a perfect energy based song for concerts and everything. It was amazing. Like it made all of the weight of listening to some of these like kind of shitty people from before them and like standing and just like hurting your fucking feet waiting
Mhm.
for I would say both of our
We
like
were there
favorite
7 hours.
artists at the
It
time.
was we were there for 7 fucking hours
And it
waiting
was
for this motherfucker to
so
come out.
worth it. It was so worth it. I had that cast on, remember? I don't know if that was the concert that you were at, but I had a cast for my finger when I split my finger open. And yeah, I didn't care. We were jumping, we were freaking out. Like it was so good. Um but yeah, I don't know. So I mean, we basically went around for our first time. You said Tupac, you said No Shame, and yeah, mine's Knock Madness. I really don't want to. It's not even wasting time really, but like if we talk about Knock Madness, kind of like No Shame. I don't know. Like, what was your guys' favorite song on Knock Madness? I'm actually
Is
really
that the
curious.
one? Is that the album where the cover art is like he's laying in a grave?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, there's
Yeah.
a lot because you got Ramona, you got Give Me That Money, um,
Yeah. Yes.
and oh, I gotta pull that up
It's
because I don't
not
remember every song.
Ramona. Not Ramona.
No, what?
Yeah, Ramona's
Damn,
not
what?
on that one.
Damn, I'm
It
tripping.
it was. Yeah.
I
It
could probably
was
give
Give
you
Me
your
That
answer right
Money.
now, Seth. Yeah, I was gonna say give me that money. That would probably be your
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your favorite?
Me personally,
This is the concert that you went to,
probably.
right? Was the Knock Madness one, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. It was. No.
Or was it a Funk Volume tour? Like what
It
was
was
it?
no. It was after he got out of Funk Volume.
So,
Directly after when he dropped Illmind 8.
so was
Because
it?
remember
So it wasn't
that was the
Pound
last song
Syndrome
he did.
though. So it wasn't an album concert. It was just like
No, he just had a concert. It was as soon as he got out of Funk Volume and all that shit went down. He just got out of it. Just happened, and he released Illmind 8. So it was 2016 because that's when Illmind 8 came
gotcha.
out.
Yeah, because I went to the Knock Madness tour, out of the thing with Justin, and then you went to the second one, which I thought it was another album one, but it must have just been like another like USA tour type thing for maybe like a hype up because of that Funk Volume thing.
So looking at what I have in my phone, like for my Hobson playlist,
Yeah.
the ones I have saved, The Fiends Are Knocking, Hop Is Back was a good one. Who's There? I listen to that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Rip Your Heart Out, me and Adrian listen to that. Give Me That Money and Lunchtime Cipher.
Yeah. What did you say was your favorite, Adrian?
I didn't get that out, but it's probably to me personally, Knock Madness is my favorite album from him. I just didn't want to say that because I know that was gonna be your pick.
Yeah.
But I really did fuck with fucking No Shame. But I'd probably have to say I Need Help.
Oh man, I'm literally gonna listen to this album after This podcast.
And I think it's I Need Help and then Hop is Back. I'm pretty sure that's the order. But for anybody who's watching, even like you two, I don't even know if you guys know this. I'm pretty sure you do. At least Braden. I think the order is I Need Help and then Hop is Back. But the videos tie in together. Like the music videos, they tie in right like in chronological order to each other.
It was really smart
Hop
how they
is
filmed
Back.
it and everything.
Hop is Back is before I Need Help.
Is it first?
Yeah, because it's The
Okay.
Fiends Are Knocking and Hop is Back.
Yeah. Well,
No,
track
I know
listing
an
was-
album order, but I'm talking the music video.
Yeah, like how
Because
they
the
were
way
filmed.
he said for both songs the music video ties into each other, and I'm pretty sure I Need Help comes before Hop is Back, but they tie into each other.
Yep. All right, so mine is definitely I'm just looking at the track list. Yeah, I can't say it's anything else than The Fiends Are Knocking. And without again getting emotional about it, the lyrics that are in the second verse for that song are so real to me in my situation, especially even still now, but for what was going on in my life in 2013. It was literally my favorite song. It's probably like a top 3 song of all time for me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for me to even say like because there's literally so many like like you said, like I Need Help. I think Tears the Snow is like so good. I know for sure one of my favorite song or my mom's favorite song out of this album was Still Got Love for You. Fantastic song.
That is a very good song.
But my top 2 would be number 1 would be Fiends Are Knocking, and then number 2, if I had to pick a second one, I think it would be Dream Forever. But Jungle
Fiends Are
Bash
Knocking-
is so good. Oh man, it's
is Fiends Are Knocking. That's the one in the second verse where he's talking about like he's from like a fan's perspective. He's like,
yeah,
yeah. He breaks that
he's
whole
talking
thing
about
down.
death
Like
and
he brings
yeah.
up like on just quitting drug use and as the fan's perspective of like how much his music really means to this specific fan, because it was a real message that he got from one of his fans about how his dad like quit doing drugs because of hearing this music, you know what I mean, like stop going to like parties and all that and like really trying to like smarten up in life, you know what I mean. God, it is such a good song. But yeah. So what's your next one? I know you said one of yours was No Shame, too, Seth, but I'll let you
Yeah.
go next because
So I mean,
we're all
I mean,
Hobson fans, so it's hard. We could stay on
yeah.
this all fucking day. Like,
yeah. So No Shame was gonna be my second one, but I think that it ties for first. To be honest, I can't even say like, you know.
well, so what is
It's-
your favorite song on that? I don't think we did that for No Shame.
My favorite song is Marcus's Gospel. Like just him breaking down everything and how he lost his way and then found it again, and just like what he did to change his life. Like that was definitely like a game changer for me, especially where I was in 2017 where that came out. Like that's after I messed my knee up real bad. I didn't have no job, like because I was recovering and going through therapy and stuff. And like yeah, like that was something big. And
Yeah.
then,
And it's such a different type of song, man. That was so good. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
but for my second album, that's hard because I'm thinking of 2, but I want to say Curtain Call.
well, you
by
could
Eminem.
technically say 2 because since he said No Shame, you don't have to put No Shame right there. So you could
Well,
talk about both.
I'm just gonna say No Shame is matched for first,
Yeah.
and then I'm still have 2 and 3, but Curtain Call by Eminem, that was definitely
Cool.
a big moment in history, in my history, you know, with everything that
Mhm.
I was going through. Coming
So
up
do
as
we
a-
all kind of agree with that? Like that's like how you decide like what your favorite even
100%.
music but just like albums are, is like kind of emotional based and like how it connects with you. I feel like it's certainly like it's kind of like obvious though, right?
like this is just like my Eminem playlist. Like that's all his albums.
Yeah.
I I can't pick, you know, just one album, but Curtain Call would definitely be like one of the ones that defined my childhood.
What before we go into that album, what's your favorite song on No Shame, Adrian?
Fuck, that's a hard question. Probably Black Sheep.
Wow, my two were Black Sheep and Gospel. Yeah, no, Black Sheep is so good.
Black Sheep.
Yeah,
Black Sheep is so good.
Money on the Side was probably my second.
I also I don't think
Anorexic
that
as well.
it was considered
Oh wow, this
a great
Eminem.
song
Go ahead.
100%. But if anybody has no idea what the fuck we're talking about that's watching and you don't listen to Hobson or whatever, please just do me one thing. Listen to Hotel in Sydney. It's goofy as fuck, but it tells a story.
So true.
It is goofy as fuck, but it's a legitimate thing that happened. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then you can follow it up with Illmind 9, and then it'll make sense.
Yeah. All right. So going into Eminem though, geez, what is your favorite song on this album?
So obviously Stan is a hit. Everybody likes Stan. You know, it's a big story that he's telling that. But that is not my favorite. My two favorites, number one, is Like Toy Soldiers, because he's explaining beef and how he got over it. Certain things that happened to him while he was upcoming. And then where's it at? Man, this is so hard. Sing for the Moment. It was either Sing for the Moment or Mockingbird, but I think Sing for the Moment is a little bit, is a little bit above that. But he just, man, everything that he put out on that album, from from Sing for the Moment, Clean Out My Closet, Mockingbird, Just Lose It, Shake That Ass, everything. That's when he was on drugs, so he would be on drugs, make a silly song, and then
Going
the
crazy.
next song talk about how his mom was controlling and tried to take away his daughter, and then his daughter got taken away. And
What year did this come out?
2005.
Yeah, I was about to say 2003 or 2005.
Yeah, see, I wanted to mention what I think is so cool about like this type of music too is the fact that like it's like not 2 minute, like that's how like a lot of music is. Their goal is just to get to like 2 minutes because attention span has changed so much over the years. So like a lot of hip hop now is just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, like 3 minutes is a long song nowadays, and it's kind of sad. But I also do understand it too from making music. It just, since stuff gets so repetitive and choruses on choruses on choruses, it's just they are just speeding things up now. But look at this, man. There's 24 songs on this. Like people can't pull out an album and let it be like a hit, like a legendary hit that's gonna like last with 24 songs. People don't even go to like 15 anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that there's 24 and all of them have so much substance. Is so cool. Like, and that's why Eminem is like one of the greats. Like,
that's just that's the deluxe version. The regular version has 17 songs on it.
Yeah, but the deluxe is like like that's like the full album.
Yeah.
That's how I always treat like deluxe is the real album.
Yeah, he just, you put out an album that's already slapping, and then you add, 7 more songs to that, and those are all hits as well.
Yeah,
it's insane. It really is.
What's your favorite song on it? Or what you said yours is what, Seth? I just want to keep a mental note.
So
like Toy Soldiers.
Like Toy Soldiers is number 1, and number 2 is Sing for the Moment.
What about you, Adrian? I don't know if you have the list.
No, 100%. Yeah, this is probably personally, like, to me, the way I look at Eminem, probably his best album. But I mean, he has a fucking shit ton of good albums, so it's hard to say that. But this is an easy question. When I'm Gone, hands down, 100%, no questions asked.
Yeah. When I'm gone, just carry on, don't more rejoice every time.
Yeah, no, this is such a good album. I think my 2 it's hard to say lose yourself because everybody like wants to say lose yourself. I feel like too, but
I do.
Fact is a legendary song.
I love lose yourself, but I think my favorite is Mockingbird. Like Mockingbird is one of my favorite. I think it's one of my favorite Eminem songs of all
And
time.
it's so his melody is so catchy.
Yeah.
Hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Hey, we can't get copyright, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's a heck of an album. That's a great pool. And like nobody can argue, like even if you're not even like somehow if you're not an Eminem fan, like you can't say this isn't like a top 5 album in like history. You know what I mean? Like I mean it's so hard to say it. There's so many like people that don't even like hip hop, you know what I mean? But like if you even cut it down to just hip hop, like it has to be up there. Like it just has to, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, such a good album. Just looking at all of these hits, it's just scary. You know what I mean? Some people can't even get one of these to like stick in their career. You know what I mean? And he has like what, like over like 11 or 12 of these that are like
On just that CD.
top
Yeah.
echelon of just smackers. Like will always be like that. You could just put it on and you just instantly know it's like one of the best. Like
I'm pretty sure 16 out of those songs out of the deluxe version were Billboard top 10 hits.
yeah, like
And then like 12 of those were number 1. It's
Yeah,
immaculate, dude. Like
he's
it's
a
definitely
beast. He's a beast. What's another one of yours, Adrian?
From the Highbridge artist himself.
Hey, who? Or what you
Hoodie
say?
Season.
Hoodie
Hoodie
season?
Season.
That one's recent, right?
2018.
Yeah.
For me personally, there's not a bad song on that entire album.
So that's like your definition of a perfect album. Like you could hear it full out.
I don't necessarily say perfect,
Cool.
but to me, I don't really think that there's much wrong with it.
So
Like,
do you
I
think
could listen to this whole album in full and be perfectly content
Yeah.
and not skip a song.
that's how I am with No Shame. That's how I feel No Shame is. And it sucks that
Yeah, it's hard to even because like that deluxe version of Eminem's, I can't say it's a perfect album because like for me, like some of the songs like I can't listen to clear out without being like because it's like there's some 6 minute 7 minute songs. It's like it's just a different whole different like type of hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's not bad at all. And you could argue it's much better, but for me, a perfect album is like whenever you want reading it or listening to it from start to finish, you can listen to everything and just be perfect. And that itself is an opinion. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with that. Like the Curtain Call Deluxe, it's not perfect.
So
It's
much.
near,
There's so
but
much stuff. So much substance.
he can just go for days, and it's insane.
Yeah, and you gotta respect that. Some like people can't do that. Like people can't pull that off. Man, see, I ain't gonna lie. This is probably out of all of the albums so far. This one I didn't like. Like this is like my least favorite out of all the ones that we've talked about so far. So I'll definitely let you, Adrian, go first. With your favorite song, because I don't know.
Probably Look Back at It.
Yeah,
That song is catchy as fuck.
definitely. That is a good song, actually.
Braden, you're really gonna fuck with the last one that I have.
What's your favorite song on this album, Seth?
Hoodie Season.
Yeah.
I have it pulled up. I fuck with where is that? I mean, obviously everybody likes Look Back at It. But I do think that my top 2 are Swervin' and Star Tender.
Swervin's on Hoodie Season?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
With 6 9
Yeah. So man, see, A Boogie has some good albums. I don't think that's that good of an album. I mean, this is because, like we said at the beginning, this is all opinionated. You know what I mean? It's all about like how it feels to you. Because yeah, on Hoodie Season, mine would probably be Swervin' then. But with all that said, right before we go into another album, that's one of our like tops. What is your favorite song by A Boogie? Because he has like a flow that's so unique, it really did change a lot of hip hop too, like the scene. A lot of people try to hop on that, like the Kodak wave and the A Boogie wave, and A Boogie got a little washed over time, in my opinion, just because. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, he had such a good flow that he kind of just stuck with it and wrote it out, and like to me, it got dry. And I think for me, it got dry around hoodie season. I think that's why it's not one of my favorites. And that's not downplaying it at all. It's still a great album.
So,
It's
well, then
one of his
I'm
better
curious.
ones, but-
What's your favorite album by him then?
My favorite album by him? See, I feel like it's a toss up between artist and the bigger artist.
Artist was really good. I would say definitely that was a good album. Like that's another album that I could listen to this whole album and be perfectly content.
I'm trying to think, cause like I really judge music like too much.
I'm just gonna say my favorite song by him real quick.
Yeah, yeah. I can't pick. Which one.
100% Drowning or Guitar. It's just me and this guitar.
Cool.
playing.
What's
Yeah.
is your favorite song on hoodie season, Adrian?
Actually no.
What's
My
your
favorite song by him is a toss up between My Shit and Jungle off Artist.
Jungle's fire. My shit. Yeah. Artist probably is my favorite album by him. But my favorite song, I want to say easily, but I have to put two. Is Not a Regular Person, and what I think is my favorite is the first one off of
I
the
forgot
bigger
about-
artist. Not a Regular Person is one of my favorite like songs.
Yeah.
But No Promises, because of how real it is and what happened with one of his fans that passed away at that concert that he had, and he wrote this song for her. Like, I'm literally getting goosebumps about it. Like that song is so real, and you can hear it like through his voice. Like, it's just so real. Yeah, No Promises is my favorite song, probably by the legend himself, A Boogie with a hoodie. Crap. So is it my turn on like if we're going back to albums?
Yes, sir.
So I said. All right. Well, yeah. All right. So, Stivs. Before we go into this, I'm gonna catch up on chat. Jayway2Cray said we're goobers because hip hop is trash, and I appreciate the opinion because hip hop isn't that good. You know what I mean, compared to some other genres. So I get it. But, you know, it's your opinion. You know what I mean? Like we said that at the beginning. We're talking about things that have emotionally connected us. And, like, when we are 50, we're still going to be able to look back at this music and really enjoy it. So I don't care about your opinion. But lurk is not a command, Stiv. But, yeah. So, anyways, back to main topic at hand. My next one, and again, this is in no order for any of us, is the original Man on the Moon from Kid Cudi. This might be my favorite album of all time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, well, we lost one of our people. He will be here shortly. I almost don't even want to change the overlay because of how quick his internet does come back. But so I'm gonna just hide those for now. Anywho, yeah, the original Man on the Moon. The second one was all right, but in terms of how I treat albums, like Seth's already heard me say this before, with perfect albums, to me this is a perfect album. And again, this is to me, especially at the time that it came out. We keep saying the same stuff over again with like how it made you feel at that time, but like that's just what music is. And it's like this album is so fucking good. Like I literally can't express it more. And like so like the deluxe version I wouldn't consider a perfect album per se. Like the regular version is what I'm talking about. But
Right.
but yeah, like you obviously you got Day and Night, which is a huge hip hop like thing, soundtrack to my life. I thought Pursuit of Happiness is on this. It is such a good.
I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm in the middle of making a podcast right now.
You can hit that mute too. But But yeah, no, there's so many hits on this. I can't even like begin to think about like what I would really choose. Um, I don't know. You said you didn't really listen to this that many times, right?
Yeah, the only two songs I had were Day and Night and Up Up and Away. But I have to go. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I'm back.
cool.
Shout out Spectrum.
Hey,
Shout out Spectrum.
yeah, shout out to I think it was like episode 3. I want to say it was when your internet cut out, so people already are hit.
No, listen. I don't know if it like I don't think it's just me. I don't know if you follow the Gerard like Facebook page.
Like the shortages or outages.
Yeah, like I seen somebody post about it and asked about in it if like there was other people that have internet issues.
Yeah.
And some dude commented, he was like let me guess, without them even saying anything. It's like, let me guess, you have Spectrum. So I don't think we're the only ones that are having problems.
Yeah, I want to say I do have Spectrum. Obviously mine aren't as bad as that. Like mine's like once a month and it takes it out for the whole night. But yeah, Spectrum's not the best. Like we don't have fiber around us. To whoever's listening, we're not lucky. We live in the beautiful city of I'm not gonna say that actually, but we live in the state of Ohio. It's hard being live. You know what I mean? You gotta like almost watch your words. But yeah, so basically, I don't know what you missed. But
you were talking. You didn't even say your album yet.
Okay, yeah, the album that I picked to go like this time was Man on the Moon, the original one from Kid Cudi.
Okay.
This is the one like it has Soundtrack to My Life, Heart of a Lion, Day and Night, big hits, Pursuit of Happiness. Like these are like huge hip hop hits. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like it's not even just a Kid Cudi like stan thing. But yeah, in my eyes, not the deluxe version, the normal version is a perfect album for me. Cause like even recently, I swear it was like a couple of days ago or last week or something. Because this is a weird rap, but Man on the Moon 3 came out a couple of days ago, and I've been really that's really the only music I've been listening to the past couple of days because I'm trying to get into it as much as I did the original Man on the Moon. But at the end of the day, like it's really hard to go into an album, dissecting it in hopes that it can like be as good as it's one of my favorite albums of all time. You know what I mean? It's hard to really do that. But there is a lot of good songs on it, good material. But it kind of makes me sad at the same time because a big reason why he stepped away from music was for mental health and really like the drug addiction issue that he had. And if you really do listen to this new Man on the Moon, the third one, he's right back up in it. He's drinking just as much as he used to. He's probably doing just as much psychedelics. And like I'm not trying to speak for anybody that can't have like a voice on here. You know what I mean? But it's kind of obvious. Like if you listen to that song, it's more drinking and psychedelic music. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what his like fan base is, like what his music really is. But it's like to me, like I really liked the step away, trying to work on all of those issues. But I'm just saying all that because I think he's like just back up in it basically, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, my favorite song on this album is Hard. I'm just looking at these. This actually might be one that I can't pick. I like if I'm being honest. So I would have to do another couple, which I think I might have to do 3 instead of 2. It's really that good to me, you know what I mean? And I mean, my upbringing was a little bit different than yours, Adrian, when our paths kind of split like in the beginning of high school and stuff. And so
this was before high school. This was 2009.
Yes, but like I dived into this through like high school too, like through the certain things that I indulged in, you know what I mean? So it's like this is a very, very meaningful album for me because I listened to it when it first came out, and then in high school I listened to it over again. And man, oh man, it was such a good album. But so if I had to pick, and I almost wanted to exclude like Day and Night and like Soundtrack to My Life because of how good they actually are. It's like obvious. It's kind of like what I said with Lose Yourself. It's like an obvious pick. But Soundtrack to My Life I gotta put that there. And then I gotta pick 3. So I'm gonna do Soundtrack to My Life, Sky Might Fall, and off the deluxe version. Oh wow, yeah. See, Man on the Moon, the song Man on the Moon. Wow. Ooh, I didn't know that was on the deluxe. I thought it was on the second album. But yeah, I don't know who's in chat and stuff, or if anybody's Kid Cudi fans from 2009 and all that type of stuff. But the song "Man on the Moon" is my second favorite song of from Kid Cudi, like emotionally tied to it. So actually, I take everything back. I didn't see that there, just hiding because it's the 18th one out of the 19 songs. Right. Yeah, that's my favorite song on the album. Yeah, so thank God that made it a little easier.
I'd probably have to say mine is Pursuit of Happiness.
Such a good song.
But really, realistically, I'm going to be real with you for a second. So, like, anytime, obviously, like, my parents put up, I've lived with my mom my entire life. She's not going to drive around and listen to fucking Kid Cudi. Yeah. So, a lot of the time growing up, I was listening to fucking Adele, some fucking Taylor Swift.
Shout out Chris Daughtry.
Yeah, like
Linkin Park.
Her type of music that she liked. So, like, which I've listened to all that. Like, I fuck with Daughtry so much.
Daughtry is so good.
And I feel like part of that has actually made me able to expand my likeness in music to, like, literally be able to listen to anything and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I know you don't really fuck with country, but I will get in the car and I will jam the fuck out of some Taylor Swift and not give one fuck.
Her new album just came out.
No.
Yeah,
but
I definitely, really, I guess that is my least favorite genre, but like I definitely like it though. Like I like all types of music.
Realistically, the only 2 songs that I really knew on this was Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness, but I definitely have to go with Pursuit of Happiness. Not discrediting Day and Night, but I feel like Day and Night was in its time. Like I've heard it on the radio, so like I feel like it's like it got overplayed a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And actually, I forgot because it's weird looking. Since we can't really play music, shout out Twitch with DMCA and YouTube for copyrights and stuff. It does make sense at the end of the day, but we just can't risk anything. Heart of a Lion, yeah. Man on the Moon's my favorite, and then I would say probably Heart of a Lion's my second favorite on the album because it's just such a good song. It's the like even Solo Dolo, like the original ones, like the way that he was able to like talk about these stories, and the example I'll use is more in Solo Dolo. He's speaking from a perspective of his sober self at the beginning of the song, and then when it's halfway through, the lyrics are basically the same, but it's changed to a more of like him version that's not sober, you know what I mean, like the drunk and psychedelic phase of him. And it's hard to really explain without like if we like looked into the lyrics and everything, but it's so cool because it's the same chorus, but there's words that are changed and stuff, and like you don't really see that a lot in music. Like most of the time when you have a chorus and it's looped, they don't redo the recording, you know what I mean, they just copy and paste and stuff, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, that's why everybody does it in music. It's to make things catchy because it's just the same chorus. But yeah, Solo Dolo and Heart of a Lion, they just changed that. Like they have 2 different stories that are going on, and they just like the transition is seamless. Like you can't even really like tell and stuff, and it's kind of hard to learn the lyrics because you know the chorus, but it switches halfway through. So like 2 choruses, but.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know where Seth had to go, but he had to go abruptly. But it's all good. We could still do this, you know.
I did want to ask you what I know we're talking about albums and stuff, but and we kind of touched on it a little bit whenever you said like how you judge an album, but for you, what depicts a song being good? Like what about that song that you're listening to and you're like, this is a good fucking song?
It's weird because I mean, me and you judge music a lot differently, you know. I mean, not a lot, but it's just like because my ears are weirder, like because of just how much I've like mixed and mastered things. Like I look at different things. I don't really.
Well, you also you make beats and stuff, so I feel like it give you a different perspective too.
Yeah, but. So for me personally, It has to be the music part at the end of the day. The lyrics I don't really listen to the first time through, and it's not really like a thing that I'm even intentionally doing. It's just that I always pay attention to levels of like the certain just dBs basically of instruments and all this type of stuff, if things are panned the right way. It's so weird, but it's just how my ears work. So it's like if I really had to pick initially it has to be how somebody can, like, if it's the person, because it's weird. Like, let me try to back this up. So if I'm listening to a song for the first time and I'm like really excited about it, like if it's like an album of like a hype person or whatnot, the way I would be able to tell if it's like a hit is the way the artist rides the beat. You know what I mean? So like people would say their flow, but I feel like there's more things than just the word of flow that go into riding a beat.
Right.
Because that's a craft of it. Like lyrics don't even have to do with that. That's why like mumble rap is a thing. It's because people's ears are keen to how people can ride a tempo basically. You know, so the way somebody rides it is like from the artist's perspective. I think that's how I would judge music initially. But over time, what gets to me definitely is the instrumental, for sure. I think the instrumental is single-handedly the most important part of hip-hop, that has to do things, because you like a lot of music nowadays is 808 based and all this percussion power and stuff, and it's neat. It's really catchy, you know what I mean? That's how you get all these catchy songs like Swervin' and stuff. But there's a different part of it, like if the instrumental itself, and that's why I love, it's good that we're still on the Man on the Moon, because the instrumentals for these are so there's so much atmosphere, if you will, in the songs. It has its own life, you know what I mean? So I can listen to any music genre now, because I can like tone out the words, and I could just listen to an instrumental and thoroughly enjoy the music that is behind the lyrics. So yeah, I guess that would be my answer, if that even was an answer. My two ways of judging are how somebody can ride a beat and like how they ride that specific song, but definitely the instrumental. I think the instrumental is so important.
Gotcha.
But there's just so many things that go into that, though. Like it just matters on what artist and all that type of stuff. But yeah, my answer would be instrumental. What about you?
I mean, my answer is definitely not gonna be that deep, because like I don't.
It doesn't need to
you
be.
take music to a different degree.
Yeah.
Because you make music, so
You're
it's
good,
a little more personal to you. But the way I see music, to me personally, is like, so how I would depict a song being good to me or not. Like, this is strictly my opinion.
Yep.
How it makes me feel, or if like it can make me feel something.
Yeah, if you feel something initially off the first time you hear it.
Yeah. Like if I turn on a song and I'm like I can like feel like, whether it's their pain or their whatever, like if they can make, if I can hear them in their voice, like they're feeling something, or they can make me personally feel something, that instantly to me just attracts me more to a song than like just like listening to it and being like, yeah, cool, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like, to me, it just offers more of a connection, and it like, it's crazy to me how insane music really is.
Yeah.
like music is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And like it helps with a lot of shit. Like music alone helps people through depression and hard times, and it's just like, it's crazy how just sound can do that for somebody.
Yeah, it is amazing. I mean, that's why like I wanted to get into it, is because I knew how much in the short life that I've lived, how much music has affected me and changed me as a person, that I went into it trying to like hope that I could do that to other people. You know what I mean? And like obviously I didn't like stick with it. Like I could still make music. I got these way too expensive reference monitors and stuff, and all my softwares and everything. It's just, that's not the wavelength that or at least the path that I'm on right now. But I love the background of music, you know what I mean, which is the instrumentals, like the producing side and the mixing and mastering, more importantly, like the engineering, I guess is what the technical term is. And yeah, because there's so much behind it, it's kind of like directing a movie. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a director, you're not looking at a movie just being like, oh, this is like a cool movie. It's a cool little visual. You know what I mean? Like that person is really, really thinking about angles and like I can't really like really talk about directing as much as I could, like the engineer side of music. But I mean, yeah, I'm very confident a director of a movie is looking at judging a movie completely different than like how me and you would, you know.
Right.
But yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you're totally right though. Like I feel like that's not even an opinion. That's just like how music is. Like if it touches you, then you got to hit. Like if it's not by the people, I like it doesn't matter, because like to you that's a fantastic song. Like again, speaking on stuff that I like about like the music side of stuff that I've done, at least like I have a couple songs that I've made with people that literally are my favorite music, that I've ever heard, but it's biased, you know what I mean? It's because I know how much time I put into the background of it and like the engineering side, and then the thought of somebody being able to like really think about how crazy that is too. It's just like I used to email like literally hundreds of people, and it's like you could listen to a beat pack and from a bunch of different people and everything, and then there's just something there. Like you work on a sound so much and just creating an atmosphere that an artist can listen to and really get creative enough to start writing to. And to me, like it just really like it got me so addicted to it, because I just love the thought of somebody being able to listen to something that I put time into, and then their brain rattling and trying to think of something that would work on it. And so that's why I feel like a lot of the stuff that I've made is like so good, is just because of that bias, you know what I mean? The music is such a cool thing. And like you said, like I feel like I feel like your answer is more is better almost than mine, because that's what music's all about, man. It's it's just how you feel about stuff. It's really, really good. What's another album for you?
Well, I kind of want to wait till Seth gets back to jump into that, but I was gonna ask you. You said you've been to your fair share of concerts. Would you say that Hopsin was your favorite concert?
No, definitely 21 Pilots. Yeah, 21
Why?
Pilots was my favorite concert I might almost ever go to. Because I didn't like them. I didn't understand. I was hard-headed, I would say, about music. Like I enjoyed Linkin Park. I enjoyed Metallica. I enjoyed like Chris Daughtry. I enjoyed multiple different like facets of music, but 21 Pilots was something I didn't really understand, because they don't, like, in my opinion, they don't really have a genre. Like people say they're hip hop, people can say they're pop or whatever the fuck, but they don't really have a genre. It's so specific. It's very unique. That's the better word. And for this album that came out, I didn't know shit about it. You know what I mean? I was going to a concert because the person that bought the ticket with Justin got sick or something and he couldn't go. So last second, Justin asked me to go with him. I was like, fuck yeah, like I'll go to a concert. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, you get a free concert.
and I know how big 21 Pilots is. Like, it was a big concert to go to. It was one of their album releases too. It was like an album tour. You know what I mean? And
I know. I don't know the name of the album, but I know what album you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look it up. But so yeah, we went to Cincinnati for it. And point being, it's a huge band, man. And so for me, it was my favorite album because of the trip going to Cincinnati, my first time going there. I finally, like, I started playing with this thing, so I brought this with me with my GoPro. We were, filming, doing all that type of stuff. So that has nothing to do with the album, but it was the experience of, we drove there, we got there, we stayed overnight in a basically like a fucking dam almost. Like, we were just like so many people just sitting and sleeping outside of this place waiting for it. It was the experience at the beginning. It was called Trench, by the way, the album.
So wait, you went and camped outside the arena?
Yeah, because that's how Justin is. Again, shout out Justin. I'm not saying last names and stuff, but yeah, man, he's like that with everything. It's like me with roller coasters. You know what I mean? I'm not going on a roller coaster unless I'm the front of the line, and he's the same way with concerts. You need to be at the front.
like you didn't have like specific seats?
No, if you got there early enough, you would be like the first people to get into the arena. Thus, you would be at the front.
So okay, well, the reason I was asking because like some concerts they have like specific seats that you buy. So like, did you have like?
We were on the ground. We were on the ground, whatever that's called. Like there is, yeah, we were in the pit. Yeah, there was set seats, but since we were in the pit, the only way that you got your specific like lineup, like of where your seat is
is to get there early enough. Yeah, I got you now.
Is by getting there early enough, and then they put something on your wrist that you're a pit person or whatnot, and then there was a huge line that waited in the next day. You know what I mean? So wherever you were in that line,
is pretty much where you got you.
Yeah, and plus I have a whole story of that. You know what I mean? Because we weren't in the line. We were at we were at like Wahlburger or something like that, and there was like 5 minutes before the line started going, and I was taking a shit. I was taking a shit, and so he's calling me. He's like, "Bro, we gotta fucking go, bro. Like, what?" You know. And so I remember, and I know Justin would literally tell you the same exact experience. We were sprinting down the street like blocks and blocks. It was more than 3 blocks. Sprinting, eating a burger and fries with a drink in hand. This is my bad ankle at the time too. Like I just was confident enough to start walking again, and we had a fucking run. You know what I mean? It was killing, bro. It was literally. I remember after the concert, I walked to the car barefooted because I needed to take my shoes off. But yeah, it was such a cool experience. But yeah, so getting into the concert though, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. You know what I mean? Like I just was there to hear good music, you know. But yeah, man, that was. I don't know. Hopsin was like a bucket list for me because of how much he like helped me through things. Like 21 Pilots didn't help me through anything. So like I'll always have that with the Hopsin concert. But in terms of like a concert, it I'm sorry, but it literally does not get better than a 21 Pilots concert. I swear to God. You know, like they're not my favorite like band or whatever you would say. But and I know Justin would love hearing this too because it's just so true, bro. That concert was crazy. He went to the Blurryface concert, which was their album before this one with Brian, and I'm pretty sure Justin said he liked the one that we went to more, even though he liked that other album better, just because of the experience, you know.
Right.
But I'll never forget it. The moment and the reason why it was my favorite. And again, I'm like, there's so many times through this that like I'm getting emotional just because I love music so much. Like, you know that. There was this moment in let me find what I feel like I don't even need to look this up. Am I wrong? I might. Oh, okay. Well, so the song that really got to me wasn't part of this album. There's a lot of good songs on this album, but yeah, there's a song called Car Radio. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I've heard it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Car Radio is my favorite 21 Pilots song, and it's because of this experience. And bro, I really hope I can put this into a perspective that you can like picture this in your head. Okay. For anybody watching too, because if you haven't been to a 21 Pilots concert, it's literally like 15 out of 10, and I never say that shit. It was life changing, bro. And all right, so basically they I don't know, maybe I'm overhyping it, but point being, like every single person, this is a sold out arena, you know what I mean? This is pre-COVID, literally borderline people passed out. Okay, like people, like there was multiple people that actually passed out in the pit, you know what I mean, and they had to get security, and people like literally passed out, you know what I mean. They were passing out waters to everybody, but that shit wasn't doing anything. But so imagine this arena, whatever that Cincinnati arena is, completely sold out, way too packed. There's way too many people there, that nobody can walk in the pit and stuff too. Every single person, Adrian, every single person that was in this arena, no exaggeration, was completely silent. everybody, like a lot of people obviously were 21 Pilots fans. Most of them, like I would say like 85% were pure stans, you know what I mean? People had their hair dyed, their like the scarves and everything. Like they have a big cult fan base. Everybody knew like obviously of what the song was. I didn't, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting like my perspective of, we were like third from the gate, you know what I mean, from where they were, which is ridiculously close. My perspective was like when they started this song, right? Everybody had lighters and flashlights out and not one word was going on, okay? It was pure silence. You could hear yourself breathe. Like there was not one person talking, because you could hear them if they were talking because of how quiet it was. Nobody was saying anything, and it was because he went like this. Like he just like went like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like a thing that they do in their concerts, you know what I mean? And so he just silenced everybody. It was like on some God shit, bro. Everybody listened. It was so weird. And so I'm looking, and the instrumental started playing, bro, and like I just remember, I'll never forget it too, and that's why it's my favorite, is because I turned around and everything, and just being able to see all of these people like so connected to this this moment, not even song, but it was just this moment. Like literally, like I would die to get that moment back. I swear to God, it was the coolest like experience that I've ever had at a concert, and I think that I ever will. Like other than like, but see, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? You can get that with other things, but like one of my favorite artists is Wiz Khalifa, and I got to go to one of his huge concerts. You know what I mean? And that was fantastic, but nothing was even close. It wasn't even close to that 21 Pilots experience. And so that's basically why, like that was only one moment, but it was the moment that I was like, oh shit, this was the best decision I could have made. Like I would be at my fucking house, like either playing video games or fucking sleeping or something, but I am in this arena, literally like a part of something that is so much like greater than me. He got cut out. Yo, that sucks, dude. You know, kind of scuffed podcast, if you will, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I have no idea what happened. Discord shut the bed again. All right, we're good. Continue.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it was just cool being part of something that was much bigger, just than myself, basically, and
right.
It was magical, bro. Like, oh man, that song is one of my favorites of all times. Like. Easily, bro. Like I know like almost every word to it now too. And that one's more hip hop based, but like the instrumental isn't and stuff. But yeah.
Right. Well, like for me personally, like I'm kind of with you on like the whole like bucket list thing with like Hopsin, just because we're such big fans of him.
Yeah.
Getting
out
to
of
go
everybody
to that
I know, and I don't mean to cut you off, but out of everybody that I know, you definitely are the biggest Hopsin fan, like other than me, too. So I definitely can agree with you that.
So, like, yeah, just getting to go to that in itself was a fucking blast. Even though we had to listen to 10 opening acts and wait 7 hours for this motherfucker to come on, I wouldn't trade it for the world, dude. I couldn't stand for, like, fucking 3 hours after that. Yep. It was terrible. We got there at 6 o'clock. The concert started at 7. This motherfucker didn't come out till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I remember. I know my mom remembers because who was with you?
My aunt brought me.
Yeah, it was an aunt.
Because you had to wait so long, like she was tired, so she wanted to go home.
Yeah.
And like halfway through his performance, and I was like, Brayden, like, please, for the love of God, please take me home. I am not leaving right now. And she ended up leaving, and then you ended up bringing me home.
Yeah, thank God that I wasn't like, nah, fuck you, bro, get out of here. Yeah, that would
shout out Tina.
That would have been the worst buzzkill ever. But
we probably wouldn't be friends. I'm not even kidding. I'd have been so upset.
I couldn't imagine being in that position. I would be like, I'll walk home. I'll find my way. Like, you know, but.
Yeah. But what I was getting at is because like that concert was amazing, just because we're such big fans. It was such a surreal like experience and performance to just see him like being himself on stage and just like enjoying his like himself. You could see him enjoying his music and enjoying his performance, and it just made it that much better for me.
Yeah. I feel like we won't get that too with his next album tour or whatnot.
Personally, too. I don't even think he's gonna go on tour ever again. If you want my honest opinion, I
definitely think he
think
will.
he's done touring.
No, it's a money grab at the end of the day, but he's gonna come out with another album, and he's definitely gonna go on tour for it.
But
Well, COVID.
that isn't my favorite album, or not album, concert. I don't know if I ever told you this. I'm pretty sure I have.
Probably.
Um,
Because you haven't watched
but
too many concerts.
no, I've been to a couple. I haven't been to that many. But I don't know how much you fuck with like old school rock and shit. But I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan, but I really like. Do you like Queen? Do you fuck with Queen?
Yeah.
Well, I got a chance to go and see them in concert, and I did, and that concert was surreal.
Yeah.
Like it sucked because like you only get 2 out of the 4. Obviously, rest in peace, Freddie Mercury, and
Yeah.
I don't remember the other one retired. So they had Adam Lambert, which he actually did a phenomenal job. He's pretty good with them. But that concert went on for like 2.5 hours. It was a great concert. But literally, like at the end, I literally got chills from that concert because of this specific moment. So like, they were playing. I think is it "We Will Rock You," then it goes into "We Are the Champions." I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
Could be.
Well, they were playing "We
It's
Will
like two
Rock
of their
You,"
biggest hits.
and then, well, yeah, but like whenever they perform those songs, they chain them together. So
Okay.
like right after the end, it goes right into the next one. But I think it's "We Will Rock You," then it's "We Are the Champions."
Probably.
But they were playing that, and then it went into "We Are the Champions." And before they went in there into like "We Are the Champions," they had everybody take out their phones and turn their like flashlight on.
Yeah.
And this whole right, it was I think it's the Penguins place. Is it PNC? Is that the
I don't
fucking
know.
thing? I
It was
don't
the
know.
Penguins
I don't-
Arena though.
Yeah, it was
Cool,
in
I've been
Pittsburgh.
there before.
So this whole place sold out. There's like a good probably 30,000 people here.
Yeah.
Which I had really close seats. I was like side stage, but like I was pretty close. It was a hefty penny to get into that fucking concert,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
I freaking bet.
But so this whole arena had their phones out, their lights on and shit. I don't think I mean I'm sure the people had lighters, but like there was just this whole arena. You could literally look and it's just nothing but lights. And they do this song and they finish it. And they're just quiet for a second. And like everybody's cheering, like freaking out,
Yeah.
and they just walk off the stage.
Yeah.
They don't say anything. They just walk off the stage. Everybody, they just walk off the stage. It goes dark. Everybody still has their lights on and shit. And like literally a good like 2 minutes goes by, and everybody's like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck just happened?" Like they just left. Like everybody just
Yeah.
walked off the stage, and like literally, all you hear is, "Y'all thought we were fucking done?" And then, have you ever heard Freddie Mercury's like his warm up vocal things that he did with fuck, where was it? Fuck, why can't I think of the name of it?
Is
It was
like
it was
a-
the
like
live
a-
it was the live concert that he did like in front of it was like half the world. There was like literally
It's with his
probably
vocals,
a million people
right?
there. Yeah, he goes up and
Yeah.
down, and then he has the crowd do it back to him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, Adam Lambert did that, and then like after he was done, he was like, "Let's fucking get it," and it just went right into Bohemian Rhapsody, bro. It was the coolest moment
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, see, like things like that, and this is why, like I say, like with the 21 Pilots thing, is like those moments, like really, like you can't get those back. You know what I mean? It's like those are like like moments that are like printed in your head, and it's like some of the best feelings ever. Like while you're there too, like Bohemian
Oh, I got
Rhapsody is
chills.
such a good song.
100%, I got chills. It was a surreal moment, and everybody still had their lights on, so this whole place is lit up with everybody's phone lights and shit, dude. It was so cool.
See,
It
mind
was
you,
hands down so
that's
cool.
that's why I like that's why I kind of hate like how much I actually do love hip hop, because at the end of the day that's why other genres are better, is because though like the concerts, you know what I mean, seeing these things live, for some reason like hip hop is super cool, but since it's so drug based and everything, it's like it takes away for me, you know what I mean? So I could only guess that it would definitely take it away from you, you know what I mean? If you went to a fucking Snoop Dogg and Wiz concert, you know what I mean? And everybody's sparking up and stuff. It's like, it's not a bad thing per se, but it's just like, it takes away almost from the music, you know? Is like, I don't think I'll ever get that experience that I had with 21 Pilots from like even my favorite hip hop artists. It's so weird. But like I would love to see them live, and I'll absolutely love it. But like that moment was printed in, and it's so crazy because like me and your our experiences with our favorite concerts are so similar. It sucks that Seth had to abruptly go, but
Yeah, I
at
don't know
the
what the
end,
fuck he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. But
it's all
I did
good.
want to say, how do you feel about acapella?
What, just like singing and rapping without a beat?
No, do you know what acapella is? Pretty
Yeah,
much, yeah. So there's no like instrumental in the back, but like there's still like beats and shit. Like they have beatboxers and shit.
I mean, yeah, but acapella is mostly known as like without an instrumental though.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you feel about it? You think it's cool?
It's all right. I mean, like I said, my favorite thing about music is instrumental. So, I mean, my opinion on it would be different than most, but because music to me is the music, you know what I mean? An artist carries like the music, but music itself is the sound, you know what I mean? It's the instruments
Hmm.
and stuff. So,
Well, the only reason I was
acapella is like a own like a separate thing almost. It's like a whole different conversation. It's still music, but in my opinion, it's not like there's not as much substance because I know how much work it is to get into like the music part of it. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
without the music, it's just another. To me, I guess my better like opinion on it would be it's still really cool. I mean, it's putting more of a spotlight, excuse me, on the whoever it is, you know what I mean, like the actual artist,
Mhm.
because since there is no instrumental, it's purely on, it's like more emotional with the artist, you know what I mean, because like if you know all the words and stuff, it really connects because it shows you don't even need the music, you don't need the instrumental to connect with whatever's going on. Like it's really neat, but I love hearing the music at the end of the day. So
Right. Well, the only reason I was asking is because I don't know if you ever heard of the Pentatonics, or if you know who they are.
mm,
But I got to see them in concert, and I was very like, I think the word's pessimistic about it.
yeah,
I went into it and I wasn't like, this is gonna be great. Like I'm gonna have a blast. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, I didn't think that. Because I didn't like really. I've never really heard acapella, so I didn't think it was gonna be that cool or like
yeah,
interesting.
all of their
But
stuff's like that too, right?
yeah, it's all acapella. There's
Yeah,
five of them, and they have a beatboxer, and then I don't know what all the things are called, like their technical terms, but
yeah.
um, no, it was really fucking cool. Like it was a different experience, and I got to see it live, and like it was a really fun time
Yeah,
that I
go ahead.
didn't think I would enjoy or like have fun listening to.
Hmm.
But it's probably in like my upper tier of concerts, believe it or not.
I mean, I
Especially
definitely don't like. I wouldn't like disagree or anything. I mean, that's what concerts are about, bro. Like, I don't know. It's like every experience is different. You know what I mean? Even like for me, the two concerts that I went to for Hobson were completely like different per se. Not, I guess not completely different, but like the experience was. You know what I mean? And
right.
it's like it's hard to fuck up a concert in my opinion. Like it would be easier if it was like if I was like a upcoming rapper or something, and like you're doing a little concert like out of a basement or like a garage or something, or you know, like it's probably easier to fuck up that because of nerves and all that. But it's like if you're a band, right, and you have fans that really care about you, it's really hard to fuck it up in my opinion. I feel like because it's just so, it's such a cool like scene, and like being around people that like the same stuff, it's like watching a football game and stuff. It's like the experience is going to be great nevertheless, but there's just things that can happen, and most of them are just experiences inside of the concert that makes it like better than other ones, you know.
Right.
And that's
Um,
why I said like shout out to Justin, because like that changed my perspective. Like if I can go to a concert, even if I don't like the band, shit, if I don't even know them, it's still gonna be great. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like I went to Christian hip hop. You know what I mean? Shout out Lecrae and everything. Like that was such a good concert. You know, it's just, I don't know.
What
Concerts are super cool. It's the best part
do
of
you
the year.
have? Do you have a person that like you haven't got to see in concert yet that you're like, I need to do this before I die?
Ooh, great question. Great question. Um, do you
Or
have
even
one?
not
Because I
necessarily.
need to think.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
What
Um,
were you gonna say though?
well, I'll go, but if you want me to go first, while you can, so you can think about it a little bit.
Well, you were about to say
But
something. You
well,
said
yeah, because
something.
I said before you die, but I don't want to put it before you die, but I would say like before like they're done making music, because before you die is a long ass fucking time.
Oh man. So I'm gonna say this before you go because this isn't my answer, but shout out XXX Tentacion. He was a person that I even told my mom this, and like I remember crying about it when he passed away. Was that like I needed to see him live. It was on the same wavelength as Hobson for me. It was almost deeper. He didn't get to make enough music for me to say he was like my favorite artist. You know what I mean? And with how brutal that passing was, and me knowing that if anything came close to Ohio, like I would have even went out of Ohio to go see that man. And because I just remember this because you said past, and that's something I'll never be able to get. That is completely heartbreaking for me, and it really, really hurt. That was the most like effect that I got from somebody passing away in the music scene, because he was my favorite artist too. I don't know if you knew that, but at the time of him passing, he was my favorite artist. I was going through a severe part of my life of depression and stuff, and he was single-handedly like the most important part of that, like helping me through it at least. And yeah, that passing too was just so rough, and I needed to see him live. I'll still stick by saying need. Like, I guess that's a part of me that I really wanted to experience, but I can't. You know what I mean? But go ahead though, because I really do need.
Well, I'm sure bouncing off what you just said, I'm sure that a lot of people feel like that way with Juice WRLD too.
Yeah,
like music.
Yeah. See, I would say that too, but I didn't need to. Like, it wasn't that type of feeling. But again, yeah, R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Like he was, you could argue like just as talented. You know what I mean? He made a different type of music. It was more of like that hip hop based thing. I feel like XXX was gonna go. And again, this isn't downplaying Juice WRLD. He makes fantastic music. He got more hits than XXX. This is obvious, but XXX to me wasn't even gonna be a, oh man, I almost just dropped this. But he to me, XXX was gonna get out of hip hop, just like how MGK is right now. I don't think he was gonna stay in hip hop, and whatever hip hop he was gonna make was gonna be so unique, kind of like a 21 Pilots thing. That's not like a genre, and that's why it was so crucial for me to be able to witness that whole legendary upbringing, or not upbringing, but it's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. I needed to see what was gonna happen, and where would he even be right now if he'd be like the top, or if he would be like a Hobson that like quit and stuff. We don't know. But yeah, Juice WRLD I would love to see live, man. That would have been unreal. Like Wishing Wells and all that. Hey!
Holy shit!
I'm gonna kill myself.
Hey, but let me finish with that though. I definitely would want to see him live, and that shit sucks. But yeah, XXX was mine with passing away.
All right, well, yeah, I'll give you some more time to think about it. So for me, my favorite artist, hands down, is Kyle. I know you don't fuck with him that much, but
I fucks with him. You always say this type of stuff. It's just not my
it's not your shtick. Yeah, I got it. But I do
how
want to see
Kid
him
Cudi
in
is to
concert.
you, that's how Kyle is to me. We'll put it like that.
Fair enough. But the one person that I do want to see in concert before they are done making music is Posty, 100%. I don't know why. Like, I don't have a specific reason.
That'd be a fantastic concert.
I just feel like his concerts just bring this energy, and I need to experience it.
Yeah, he's a rock star. Yeah, that shit would be cool. The question
Seth,
that,
yeah, good. Good.
No, you can't, because I still need to think.
Well, so basically, we were talking about concerts, and we were trying to just pass time a little bit, and I was asking Braden like what his favorite concert was and stuff. So we were talking about that, and then I just asked him before you came back what artist to him he would have to see in concert or live before like they're done making music.
Well, I haven't been to any other concert other than country because I'm not spending $310 on nosebleed seats. It's outrageous.
Yep.
But
I mean, that's not necessarily true because whenever we went and seen Hobson, I don't know about how much
was that?
I don't know how much his tickets were, but my tickets were $25, and we were pretty close.
He was super underground.
That's for Hobson. That was like when he was.
Imagine going to a Drake concert and trying to get pit seats.
Right,
Dude,
which I get, but I'm saying like
the one
he was
concert I
a
wanted to go
high
to
caliber artist that we like.
The one concert I want to go to was Joyner Lucas and Chris Brown, and for lawn seats was $283.
I'm gonna say this too, because you missed a decent amount of our conversation with favorite moments and concerts. I I don't want to say last year. I don't remember when we went to that concert. It was like a year, maybe 2 years, yeah, like 2 years ago with the Trench one. Um, I completely agree with you, Seth. I am not a person that's gonna be paying for concerts.
Yeah.
But because like even with my favorite experience, I didn't have to pay for that because somebody already paid for the ticket and he got sick. But what I will tell you, Seth, is from the experience that I had with that 21 Pilots concert, I 100. Sorry, I'm drinking pop, so like my like hiccups are gone. But I totally can see why if you have the money to do that and you get pit seats, like good like a good spot that you can experience it at. Yo, that like it totally makes sense why people spend so much money on concerts, because those are like moments in your life that you will never get back. And if it's a thing like I can't really think of it, but like if you don't think they're gonna be like coming around a lot, you know what I mean? Especially it sucks because of COVID. It's just like I don't know. I totally changed my perspective on how concerts are because of the experience that I had. So
Yeah. Well, every concert I've been to has been country because I listen to country too. Um. The best concert was definitely the one that I went to in February, right before COVID hit. Was Brantley Gilbert. He's a really good performer. Um. One person I would like to go see. See, that's hard because like I've heard Post Malone is like one of the best performers there is,
yeah.
like live, and then I really wanted to see Juice live,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking about going to see Juice live before he died, and then obviously he died, so I couldn't do anything. But um, I would say Chris Brown, so I'd want to go see before they stop making music. He's been one of my favorites since I was younger. In his singing days, his R&B. But you said favorite artist too, right?
No.
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 Just like who
Oh, I thought
you'd
you
want to see live, because
Yeah.
we kind of like paused the album talk for you. But so my answer for this isn't before they die, right? This is just like before
No,
they
I
start
just
making
I
music.
well that, yeah, that's why I said before they stop making music, because I feel like that's a better way to use it.
Well, mine is a shot in the dark. It's definitely not what people would probably say, but my favorite, like one of my favorite artists right now is DDG. He for me, I've watched him for years and years on YouTube prior to him making music, and man, I would love if he somehow we had the platform that he would be able to watch this, because it's like you can't really like even like you can't even like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like people like help you through things, you know what I mean? And you can't really like show it. You know what I mean? You can't really like express like how much like somebody can like actually help you through stuff. And like YouTube is like a facet of stuff that helps me, you know what I mean? Like I don't watch TV. I just choose to watch YouTube because I followed people for so long, you know what I mean? It's similar to music. And now that he's making his like step, like he's taking like the proper steps into becoming a real artist, um not only is his music so fucking good in my opinion, um I just like I feel like I know like a part of him that a lot of people that even just like his music don't, you know what I mean? Like his like personality and stuff. And obviously there's a persona on YouTube. We don't have to go all into that, but it's like DDG is really coming out with fantastic music right now. And he's gonna drop that album really soon in the next couple months. I think it's like January or February or something. I don't remember exactly. But if that shit's a hit, yo, it's gonna put him at a like he's no longer a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like some people would still say he's a YouTuber. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any like disrespect by saying somebody's a YouTuber. Like Buddy makes YouTube videos, so he is a YouTuber in theory. People use that as like a downplay, like you're not a rapper or whatnot. But he's definitely a good artist. Makes fantastic songs. He has Billboard. He could say he has Billboard hits now, and yeah, that's somebody like really without like going like, because I'm looking at my list right now and like J. Cole is up there and stuff, but like if I had to pick one specific person, DDG is for sure it. So shout out to the YouTube squad.
My. So did you guys already finish like your last album and everything.
No, we
No,
waited for you.
Yeah, we were waiting for you.
All right, so, well, do you guys want to go first?
No, you can go.
All right.
Yeah, we've been talking a fucking shit ton.
So my last favorite album is Sweet Action by Jack Harlow.
Hey.
Jack Harlow. I've been listening to Jack Harlow since 2017. And he dropped Dark Knight, his single EP, and then
Dark Knight's a
brought me-
hit.
that brought me into his next album, Loose. And then I went back and listened to Gazebo, and then I went to the next one, Confetti. I think that's what it's called, or it's him in like a black tank. And then he dropped Sweet Action in March, because that's when Warzone came out. That's how I remember when he dropped it. And then his one he just dropped a few days ago. Definitely, he's definitely a great artist that's been underground for a little while. He hasn't been all mainstream.
Yeah, what's
and
poppin'
he-
really put him on like on for people.
Yeah, and I don't see how it's just that, because Dark Knight is so good.
Dark Knight's
like,
better than what's poppin'.
yeah,
Easily. I don't care what people think.
and then
That's a fantastic song.
man, Sweet Action's so nice. Like Incense was a good one.
Sundown?
When
Is
they
that his
come-
other one
Sun-
that's good?
Yeah, Sundown.
Yeah.
Jack Harlow is just an amazing artist, and
And see what I mean?
I've said it for years.
If you look at this Sweet Action album, there's not one of the songs that goes past 3 minutes. One's 2:59. That's the longest, and there's only 7 songs. It's just so crazy, like looking at how like albums are set up now, because people would say this is an EP back in the day or like a fucking mixtape.
A mixtape, yeah.
You know. But yeah, no, this is a fantastic thing. Like, hey, big head.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the best one on the album.
Yeah.
Hey, big head.
Well, What's Poppin' is my favorite on the album, but
Well,
I-
that's not on
it's-
that. That's not on that album. That's a
Yes, it is.
mixtape. It's not.
Sweet
it's
Action?
not. Yeah, that's a mixtape. He put What's Poppin' on the one he just dropped a few days ago.
Sweet Action is part of the album of What's Poppin', or What's Poppin's part of Sweet Action. Because there's only 7
That's
tracks
what
on it.
that's what they all say. The one he just dropped. He put on Tyler Hero, What's Poppin', and then the What's Poppin' remix.
Yeah, but I'm just saying on
It's
Sweet
on-
Action.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
on Sweet
I
Action.
know it's on there. I know it's on
Yeah.
there. I'm saying like that was just like a little project type thing. You know how like,
Mhm.
oh fuck, I'm stupid. Oh. Logic is one of my favorite rappers. All right,
Yeah.
and
I'm
everybody
surprised
knows
he hasn't
knows
got called
that.
by you yet. Yeah.
Dude, Logic, that's who I wanted to put, but Jack Harlow's been snapping. Logic's Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, that's his best album. Other than his gang related album, his album that he dropped with a book was kind of innovative too. Cause I think it was called Supermarket or something like that. I didn't really listen to it much, but yeah, Logic for sure. Lyrically, his his vibe, his tempo, everything is just, it's dope.
You said the
Peace,
mall
love, and
closes at
positivity.
9, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. No, yeah, Logic's a fucking beast. I would love to see him live too. Definitely.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. It would be Adrian next with the album, I think. I believe.
Yeah. And then you.
Yeah. So I was kind of tossed between two. I know what I'm picking for my third album, but I did want to say that
Yeah, you want to give
Um,
respect to one?
yeah, ADHD, Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lucas Snaps. Damn him.
I
too.
love the beef at the time too with the Joyner and the Hobson thing, like which one's a better lyricist and all that type of stuff too. Like, cause that got me on
Yeah.
the Joyner
Well,
wave, cause kind of
if
got
you-
popular for doing his all like little covers and shit.
If you didn't know, he also was beefing with Logic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of his songs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Watched it.
Sriracha is what they were beefing over. The song with Joyner Lucas, Tech Nine, and Logic. That's they all put that out and they were beefing over it.
Do you guys want to pick a favorite song from that or no?
Nah,
to hop
cause,
into my
nah,
favorite.
'cause that's just
Just keep going.
Alright.
Run it up.
So for my third album, I'm gonna go with Digital Drug Lord.
Hey.
Yeah, Blackberry's the wave too. Sweet 23 shouts out.
Digital.
Is
What's
that
your
what Do
favorite?
Re Mi?
What?
That's what Do Re Mi.
Yeah, yeah.
Chateau. Yeah.
What's the
Would
name
you
of the
ask me?
album?
Digital Drug Lord.
Is that the one with Chateau on it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that's Adrian's favorite song.
yeah. This is a no, it's not.
No.
This whole album is another one that I could just sit here and listen to this whole thing over and over again and have no problems.
Yeah, Blackbeard's
Um,
fire.
Did you ask me what my favorite song was? I think that's what you asked, Braden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite song off this album personally is "I Miss the Old You."
Yeah, I haven't heard this in forever. I wouldn't be able to give like a real answer.
That's such a good song. Damn, I forgot about that one. I thought it was on the his Pink album.
You
Stupid.
talking about Cybersex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really remember like.
Well, then what's your
juicy
favorite, Seth?
swimsuits.
I would say Chateau or I Miss the Old You. Damn, I forgot that song was on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
The
would
only
be
one I
my
really
two.
remember was those two. So I would say I
And-
missed the
and-
You
one.
don't, you
And
don't remember
Do
Do
Re
Re Mi?
No.
You would if you listened to it.
Probably. Yeah, the only ones that really make sense are from 3 and 9 for me. But yeah, no, yeah, Blackbear's fire. Yeah, I mean, you could go more in depth if you want, of like why or whatnot. But I don't have too much to talk about with Blackbear.
I mean, I don't really have like a specific reason. I think his music's different
Yeah,
and it's more in depth.
it's cool that you give that the platform too for top 3.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting that for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fire.
Well, for that to be in my top 3 albums.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say Pop Smoke, but the only album that I actually dove into was the Woos, but the last one that just came out, or the Moon and the Stars or whatever.
Yeah,
With all his songs, yeah.
Oh no, he was all right, but I mean, I
I
don't want to talk any disrespectful like things because obviously he's passed away and stuff. So I mean,
I
let
mean,
him live on.
it's not disrespectful, but
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just
majority
definitely not my
majority of
type of
his
music.
songs, he says the same shit.
It's all UK based, like that type of hip hop.
Yeah,
stuff.
like the drill.
yeah
the drill
UK drill
hip-hop.
though, because it's not like our type of drill.
Yeah.
Juicy John just stopped in. He said enjoying the show, boys. Keep it up. Appreciate you
Appreciate you, brother. Thank
hanging
you.
out. Yes sir.
Sure.
But yeah, to go into mine, it's hard. It's hard. I needed to put Wiz Khalifa on this on my top 3 just because Buddy's a legend. He's our generation Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh! There's too many though. So
Yeah.
so to me, to make this kind of easy and like I'm gonna do kind of something that Adrian did, with making a respect type thing.
An honorable
like a
mention.
runner-up.
Honor, that's
Yeah.
what it's called. I couldn't fucking think of it. But so an honorable mention that isn't an album, that's a mixtape. Okay, it holds my favorite song of all time from Wiz Khalifa. Okay, can you guess it, Seth? Because you're nodding. So I'm putting you on the spot because I don't think you can
hold on.
guess it. You might be able to though.
Hold
Let's
on.
see. Appropriate.
Do you know if it's on Apple Music?
Of course.
All right, bet. Hold on. So, is it from mixtape?
Yeah, it's one of his mixtapes. One of his, because this dude got a track record.
Oh, 100%. Is it from Flight School?
Nah,
Damn. What thing is it on?
Cushion Orange Juice. 2010.
2010.
You say what?
Said 2010.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess it's either still blazing or wake and bacon.
Nah.
No? What is it? The Kid
Nah.
Frankie?
Nah, for sure Mesmerized.
Ah,
Mesmerized is my favorite Wiz Khalifa song of all time. It's not his best probably, but it's just for the time period and everything. I don't have like too much like family per se, like I'm talking blood, because you know you guys are my family, but like blood wise, like I have a cousin that that I was super close with prior to him moving, and he graduated in 2010, and so he's the one who really got me into like hip hop, like showing me like Kanye and all that type of stuff, and that's a whole different story. But his favorite song at the time that was like 2010. You know, people were using CD laptops with the CD players, burning CDs and all that. So
Sure.
that mixtape came out, and him, his buddy Shane, who I still know really well, they all burned the CDs and stuff. And I just remember listening to this mixtape in and out. You know what I mean? And I don't want to waste too much time on this, but yeah, Mesmerize is my favorite song personally. It's super super good. But okay, so if we're doing honorable mentions for albums, and see, this is unfair because you know it's just, again, he has such a good track record that you can literally pick almost a handful of albums that are like his best album, in my opinion.
Yeah, like,
He's so talented. He's so talented. And this isn't the type of music that I guess like Adrian would listen to, you know, in the sense of, you know, smoking and all that type of stuff. But, you know, I was in a little different part of my life, I'd say, through like high school and all that. So like a lot of this music just fit perfectly for me. So my honorable mention would be, or mentions, because I kind of can't really pick, is obviously Deal or No Deal. That was the first one that I ever like got to listen to him album wise that really really stuck out, and I was like, this type of music I could really get jiggy with, you know what I mean?
Hell
Like
yeah.
that's
Hell
how I
yeah.
felt about it with like Studio 11 and just everything, you know.
Studio Love.
But and then yeah, we have to shout out Rolling Papers, you know what I mean? Rolling Papers is literally like a game changer in the sense of hip hop, in my opinion. Like man, it's just hits on hits, to say the least. But my favorite album from Wiz Khalifa of all time is ONIFC.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, ONIFC, man. I remember I listened to the CD so much that it fucked up the CD in my stereo system thing on my PS3. It fucked it up, so I had to get another CD. You know what I mean? Only time I ever had to do that with a musical CD. And again, this is because music is so tied in like with like emotions and time periods and all that type of stuff. It was the time period of playing Call of Duty Zombies with my cousin. You know, we all like just loved just listening to this thing. I turned it on every single time I turned on my PS3 during this time period, you know, and it's just a fantastic album. Like it's literally such a good album. You know,
Can I guess your song?
can you guess my song?
Yeah. What's your like
Fuck
your
no.
favorite?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Medicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medicated is such a good song, bro.
Yes, sir.
Dude, yeah. No, that's definitely my favorite on that album. But dude, dead ass though, I'm not gonna lie. I think I made the wrong decision. I'm looking at, like, I knew, cause like for the people that are watching the stream and on YouTube and stuff, we do like we like to freeball a lot of this because since it is live and stuff. At least for me, speaking on my part of it, I like the authentic part, like not like writing down, taking so many notes and making this so structured. I like the authentic rawness, you know what I mean? And that's what you get with a live stream too. So I didn't really like do too much research for this. I just knew that had some of the biggest effect on me. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like Rolling Papers and Deal or No Deal, I feel like have more songs that like I thoroughly like would pick from. Like ONIFC with Medicated, it meant so much to me. But it's like I'm looking at the track record for both of Rolling Papers and Deal or No Deal. And so I actually am going to switch. I'm going to switch my album from ONIFC to Deal or No Deal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because Deal or No Deal I would consider more like, it's not a perfect album. There's 2 songs on it I don't really like, but Deal or No Deal is a closer to a perfect album than ONIFC for me. So I'm gonna change that. Yeah, Studio 11, Red Carpet, and this plane, Losing Control. Some hits. Yeah, my two favorite. I'll start definitely Red Carpet, and then yeah, this playing in Studio 11. Big honorable mention.
Oh yeah. My two would definitely be Studio 11 in this play with the honorable mention of Young Boy Talk.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if we're talking about another one of his one of his like more raw CDs
Like
or
Hollywood.
no, Prince of the City 2.
Wasn't that a mixtape when it originally came out?
Originally came out and then he made it into an album. Um but Smoking Good, Talk to Ya, and Bust Down. Those are my top three. I can't pick just two. If I did have to pick
Yeah.
just two, it would definitely be Talk to Ya and Smoking Good. Those are slammers for sure.
Shh. Like really, like I don't know what you're doing with this, Adrian, but if you look up Wiz Khalifa albums, right, the track record is scary, bro. This dude just puts out music, bro. Like, man, I can't even like. It's such an understatement by saying this dude is a goat. Like, he is so good. Like,
2006 was his first with Chillin'
for
Free.
his own right, like for the type of music that he makes and like for the fandom that he is like our generation Snoop Dogg. Like seriously.
Oh, 100%.
And it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, bro. I don't know. So good. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all went through all three. I mean, I talked about Man on the Moon when you had to take that break. So I don't know if you wanted to mention what yours was, just so it was a little bit like neater on the original Man on the Moon, Seth.
Let me see. I had to pull
Why
it
he's
up.
looking at that?
Day and Night and Up and Away were my two from that.
Yeah, Up and Away, so good. It was on a Sprite commercial.
Yes, sir.
I did want to say I have one more honorable mention.
Mhm.
For me at least. I know Seth does. I don't know how much you do, Braden, but NF's Perception.
Yeah, NF's all right for me.
I know
Yeah.
Seth fucks with him, but I didn't know if you did.
See,
cool.
I haven't listened to much of his music.
Yeah, I'm
but
in the same boat. Yeah.
I know that like three songs off off like the top of my head is like Lie.
That's off Perception.
Yeah,
That's my favorite song off Perception.
Let You Down, and then Why.
That's off Perception.
Why.
Why was a single, I do believe.
He snapped on Why. Let's just stick my knife inside a Pennywise eye. Yeah,
3 a.m. is a really good song too. It's not one of his more known songs, but it's really good.
I have a very very close honorable mention as well. Russ snaps. I listen to a lot of Russ.
Yeah, Russ gets a lot of hate, but shout out Russ. He makes good music.
There's not many people that does what he does.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why like even if you don't even like prefer that type of music, I mean, just you would be an idiot to not like respect the like it's just the definition of the craft. You know what I mean? He's perfected his craft, and he doesn't like allow other people to get in his way for it. Like he makes everything himself.
Yeah.
I don't know because even if you don't like his music, it's like that. Like it's besides the point. You don't have to listen to it, but it's like the work ethic, everything, the business side that he knows, like just like a genius when it comes to that type of stuff.
Yeah,
he's a little bit ignorant or arrogant. That's the better word. But I mean, like you got to be sometimes, you know.
I mean, he's arrogant, but he can back it up.
Definitely.
I don't. Go, Seth. Go ahead. Do you have more?
No. I'm good.
I don't know how much more album talk you guys want to do, but I did want to talk about one of the cornerstones of hip hop and rap, and that being Lil Wayne, with his gun charges that were recently indicted on him.
Yeah, because that I believe it happened last year. Actually, that
it did.
that he got
It happened. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly when.
'Cause I remember when that happened. Like it really
December 2019 is when it went down, and he's supposed to appear in court in January, and he faces up to 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a touchy subject because at the end of the day, I mean, if you fall into some like illegal stuff and everything, at the end of the day, if you're a felon and you get caught with a gun, I mean, you're gonna get charged with stuff. A lot of people think because of his likeness that he shouldn't get arrested, and that I don't really agree with. I don't want him to get arrested or whatnot. I don't want him to sit in jail like that, like for something like like he wasn't gonna do anything wrong. He's using it probably for like protection, but he probably could have been a little smarter, had people around him that had stuff. But I mean, yeah, my opinion on it, it's super unfortunate, and that's an understatement. You know what I mean? Like it really sucks, but it is what it is though. Like at least he's not gonna be gone for like well, he is. It's a bad charge. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a felony. He's about to be out.
It's like 10 years.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
That's what it's up to 10 years. I did say so. That was the only thing he got charged with, but I'm very surprised it's the only thing he got charged with because when they searched the plane that his private jet or whatever that he was on, according to this thing from the New York Times, this article, it says they found cocaine, ecstasy, marijuana, heroin, painkillers, prescription strength cough syrup, along with $26,000 in cash.
Damn.
Yeah, like it's just hard because they probably couldn't prove all of it was his. That's probably why I didn't get charged with it. But it falls in a similar thing to what happened with Juice WRLD. You know what I mean? It's like he had all that type of stuff with him, and he just did a really unfortunate thing. But in Lil Wayne's case, I mean, yeah, he definitely got gifted only having the gun charge, because I mean, it just like. We like us three don't know shit, and this is just like us talking about other like things because this is a lot less touchy than some of the other things we were talking about in past episodes. But it's like at the end of the day, I've like I'm not gonna say I looked up to Lil Wayne, but I've listened to so much of his music, and it's like that cough syrup, it was his, like it was definitely his. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna go into my past, but I know for a fact that was his stuff. Like, you know, and so he got really lucky that that he didn't get charged with all the stuff that wasn't that plane.
I mean, rappers think that because they're famous, like they could do what they want. And I'm not saying all rappers, but at the end of the day, buddy,
just famous people in general, not just rappers.
Like you're still human. You'll go down like some guy off the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the government don't care. You might get a little bit more leniency. You know, like Wiz Khalifa can smoke in an illegal state. Like, you got some leniency there, but even, like, you catch a cop at the wrong time, they're going to arrest you. They're going to sometimes it's going to be more of a target, you know? So it's just, like, it's one of those things, you know? Definitely just keep doing legal stuff, you know? Like, you don't do illegal things, guess what? Like, most of the time, nothing really is going to happen, you know what I mean? You're just living a good life, a sober and safe life, you know?
There's another thing in this article that I didn't even know, which it doesn't really blow my mind, but like, without looking it up, how old do you guys think he is?
He's like late 30s, like mid 30s.
Yeah, I would say he's like mid 30s.
Yeah, he's 38. He's 38.
Yeah.
I thought he was way older.
You thought he's older?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say younger. I was like, yeah, you trip.
That's all the drugs, bro. He got
that boy's age.
It's the cough syrup. It's the cough syrup. That shit will kill you. It's liquid heroin. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that historic, iconic, that's the better word, iconic moment when he was in an interview and he dropped his cup. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Like, I almost want to put it up on the stream, but whoever's on here, like, please go on YouTube and look up, probably if you just search, like, Lil Wayne dropping lean cup, bro, he just drops it in the middle of this interview, and he's just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like, but if you really if you're a person that like understands what promethazine and codeine is with liquid heroin and how much that shit is, he dropped like $300 worth of promethazine in like the span of 1 minute. Oh my god, like, bro, it was so funny. iconic. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else to say, I'm down to wrap this up. We've had a great episode, and we talked about everything we really wanted to. So yeah, I mean, to quickly go down, my 3 that I talked about were, drawing a blank. Knock Madness, Man on the Moon, and Wiz Khalifa. I said Studio 11. I'm tripping.
Deal or No Deal.
Thank you so much. Deal or No Deal. That's my 3.
Go ahead, Seth.
My 3. Well, I talked about 4 kind of. I talked about
It's all good.
No Shame.
You just
Tupac
gave a mention for Tupac technically.
Yeah, and then Sweet Action and damn, what's the other one I said?
Yeah, it's hard to like think back. You said the Logic one.
No, that was a mention.
So Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah, Curtain Call.
Cool.
My 3 were No Shame by Hobson, and this wasn't like particular order. This was just like they're in my top 3.
Yep.
Because it's really hard to like pick like this is my number 1.
I just wanted to bring it up one more time so then people can like like know.
So No Shame by Hobson, and then I went with Hoodie Season by A Boogie, and then third it was Digital Drug Lord by Black Bear.
Yes, sir. So if you guys, whoever's watching this on YouTube, and again, shout out all the people that popped in the stream. All of these are uploaded on YouTube every single week on Friday. And yeah, if you guys want to just try some new music out, if you haven't listened to it or if you haven't listened to some of these in years, you know what I mean? Just go back to it, check it out. Like, music is fucking dope. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, and yeah, we definitely wanted to get an episode out that is mainly just music because you know, it's like it's a thing that's printed now on YouTube, and if you want to just go back and like listen to some like historic, or I keep saying historic, but just iconic music for back in the day, especially like Eminem and everything, it's just cool to talk about. You know, we got a platform to talk about it. So yeah.
Yes, hey, anybody in the comments, whether, I mean, it's kind of too late to do it live, but if you're watching on YouTube, let us know your top 3.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, yeah. I appreciate you saying that.
I'm definitely curious to see.
Yeah.
Or our listeners enjoy.
You can't pick a top 3. Pick 3 songs that got you out of.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever situation that you were in, or something that mimics.
For instance, we'll even put an incentive. Okay, if you put a more than likely, like if you put a song, you know what I mean. If you put a specific song, I'll try to make sure it's a thing that I'll get all 3 of us to listen to it, and in like whenever we see that comment, the next episode, we can like briefly touch on like whatever song that is. You know what I mean? Give you a little second of like appreciation, and it will also get us to listen to some cool music that you guys like. You know, so that's actually.
Right. I'm down to listen to anything. I'm not a big rock guy, but I mean, if you put it on there, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, if it's anything, you know, it just you can't be ashamed. Like if you say some weird shit that's like some like EDM stuff that not everybody likes, you know what I mean? It's like somebody might trash it. Like one of us might absolutely love it. Like I actually used to love Skrillex and stuff, but now I can't listen to it because it hurts my brain. But you know, it's like some people might trash it. Some like you might actually get me to like have my favorite song now, you know. So. Yeah, other than that, though, I am done, so I'll let Seth wrap this up.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping out. Again, drop us a like, comment, subscribe to us. You know, it don't cost no money. It's free. Just click the button. You don't even need the post notifications. You know what I'm saying?
But, he said, fuck the bell.
Right. Hey, fuck the bell.
Fuck
but
the bell.
Thank you guys for supporting us, you know, through and through. And thank you for coming out and helping us earn our rep.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Take it easy.